Hello, everybody, and welcome to Clockwork Cantina, episode 47. We are recording.
Hello.
We are on. We should be on the main screen now. I hope it is right.
Howdy,
Yeah,
everybody. Is hello.
everybody.
What's going on?
Welcome everybody to the show today. We're
Episode
going.
47.
Yeah, 47. Man, hard to believe. Keep going. The championship. Our championship. Um, which is just like a championship cookie, probably. Episode 47, we're going to be talking about the second half. This is your early spoiler warning. We're going to be talking about spoiler in the half. So I'm just letting you know
Yes.
now.
Yeah, we
When we
definitely
get
will
there,
be. We definitely
you
will be.
haven't, and you haven't played it yet, please make sure to do now because I want you to experience that game. Like,
You
yeah,
really
played it.
should. You really should play
Yeah,
it on your own because it's well, we'll get into it later, but yeah, experience
yeah,
it for yourself.
yeah. So if that comes up and you really want to stay, then stay, obviously. But ultimately, I'd say tune out at that point. That's me being like show. um, that'll be
And then,
the second half of everything we're
and then
doing.
and then come back and watch it and watch this later when you're done.
Exactly. Give Daniel the view on the YouTube. You should go give Daniel the view on the YouTube anyway, because the better we do, the better we do here, the better we do everywhere. We definitely want this to grow. It's a lot. We're doing really good. I'm having a lot of fun with it, but we definitely want it to grow even more because we're doing it. Uh, but yeah, Daniel, what have you been up to this past week, or is there anything you want to mention before we get going here?
What
What's
I've been
coming
up
up
to the
for you?
past week? Oh yeah, man. I mean, obviously, you beat Ghost of Tsushima, because last week I was like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna beat it within the next couple of days, whatever." I beat it like the day after
Yeah, I didn't want to tell you how short that
like
kind of was.
I beat it like a day or two after that podcast, and then I was good to go. I played some World War Z, played some Red Dead Online. Been playing some Old Republic lately because we made some new
Yeah.
characters, and I've been playing through the smuggler storyline. Been having fun with that. Actually, I haven't played I didn't play it all yesterday. I got to get back to it sometime today. I was there was a lot going on yesterday. I binged like yesterday. I spent most of the day just like binging Umbrella Academy season 2.
Mhm.
I finished it. I binged the Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy some days before that. But yeah, Old Republic, played some Valorant also because I'm trying to finish up my battle pass on that game. Um, Basketball's back, so I was hyped for that. And yeah, and then I tried out another game that I was sent an email for.
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, you want to try this out?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" So I tried. I was playing that while I was watching Umbrella Academy, and it
Cool.
was a fun time, man. It was good stuff. So yeah,
Cool.
that's
Cool.
pretty much what I've been up to. How about yourself, man?
I'm up to quite a bit playing Spider-Man after I finished Go. We started Spider-Man. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I took the last couple of days off,
Nice, nice.
uh, just to kind of try to get some things in order. Uh, try my sleep schedule is kind of fucked again. When we're friends, right? And Daniel's on the East Coast, West Coast, and I'm on the East Coast. That tells you how goofy I am, right? Um, and like he stays up late, and then I like hanging out with him like all the time, right? So I stay up late, and with our other friends, also so spread out all the goddamn country, right? And we all have
late
different times. So,
late for me is super late for Josh. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. So we'll stay up late, and just, sometimes we won't even. We just sit there and talk, right? Like it's some of the most fun I have is hanging out with Daniel and our friends like dinner, charity,
Just hanging out
winner,
with
or
folks on the
eh,
Discord, you know.
yeah. Shout out to Disparity, by the way, because this past week he also made for me. I paid him some sub badges.
Nice.
So now if you go to the channel, you have a little hamburger, the golden one,
The Golden
golden
Burger.
burger,
Look at that, man.
the golden burger. Yeah. Um, so that was something that happened this past week. Uh, cruising through Spider-Man. Gonna get back to it probably.
Yeah, Spider-Man
Uh,
is good stuff, man. I really enjoy that game.
I need to spend tomorrow like catching up on Star Wars because like everybody's I'm cutting.
Yeah, Old Republic has been fun, dude. I don't even know how far I am into the story, but I think I'm like pretty. I think I've made some pretty significant progress, to be honest, because I I think I just got my newest companion, which I think means I have 4 companions now. So I was doing the Balmora stuff with the smuggler storyline. So I don't know how it's my first time playing it, so I don't know how far I am into the story, but wherever that is, whatever point that is where I'm at.
Oops, I hit the wrong
But
button.
it's been fun, man. It's been fun. I want to go through at least all the stories at least once. So going through that one has been pretty dope. So, and I really enjoyed the Tatooine missions for that storyline in particular. They're really good.
Yeah. Sorry, I got off track because I was trying to make some adjustments on the stream. We had some. Apparently, my mic audio was cutting out a bit. Apologies for that. It should be better now. Let me know. I know my voice is distinct just because of the software I'm currently having to use to cut out background noise. But another reason is cutting out is TennoCon is today, and for those of you that don't know what TennoCon is, it's like a con for people that play Warframe, and stuff during it. If you have your Twitch account linked to your Warframe account, and I have it open in the background, but I have it on like 160p now. So that might have been why. I also had Warframe open because I forgot I had it minimized while I was working on stuff and forgot about it. So I closed that. So hopefully it's better now. But yeah, if you're huge into Warframe, TennoCon's happening right now. And if you want some free shit, I think around 5 they're giving away a free frame and frame slot if you have your accounts linked. So pull that up in the background and have it on while you talk to us.
And
uh,
if you're not watching this live, then it's not happening right now.
no, and you're fucked.
And
Nothing
and
to do
and
about it.
and you're too late.
Yep. The other things I've been doing the past couple weeks, I've been dieting. You know this, Daniel. We've talked about it.
Yeah.
I've talked about it on stream. I've been doing my keto diet. I had my first weigh-in, which anybody that follows me on Twitter or Facebook's already saw that I lost 9.4 pounds in a
That's good,
week,
man. That's good
which
stuff.
is to me is fucking that's insane. Like I didn't realize it.
Golf clap. Good stuff, dude.
Yeah, yeah. Because Daniel and I have talked about maybe we'll do a dieting episode some point in the future if this works out for me in the long run. Which it seems to be on the right track. So,
So far, so good, right?
yeah. Which I don't know, Daniel, if you ever had to diet before or done any working out or any kind of stuff like that. We've never talked about it.
Uh, there was a time when I was younger, where I was like just being reckless, and I was like on the verge of like, I want to say this was like, I was a younger kid, like in school or whatever, right?
Yeah, I got you.
And I don't know what happened, dude. I think I just like I really don't know what happened, but I was like on the verge of like getting diabetes or some shit, and so like I had to like put my ass on like
No, I
a
got you.
strict like, you gotta fucking watch what you're doing, kid, because you know what I mean. So that was like forever ago, though. I haven't really like done anything too like specific or like anything as more recently or anything.
Yeah, my weight issues have been going on since I was young, right? Like when I was like 4 years old, I had asthma, and they put me on medicine for it, breathing. You have to take breathing treatments where you have this tube and they put medicine in the thing and you breathe it in,
Yeah.
and it like evaporates it or however it works. I forget what they're fucking called. Breathing machines, what I always called it. Um, and the medicine had steroids in it, and as a young kid, it blows you up like a balloon. Like it straight up, like it really does. Like you can see on home videos, old home videos of me going from one year to the next, and I'm much bigger. Um, and I've battled it for most of my life, all of my life, really, trying to do better. And then there's points where like I just don't give a fuck anymore. Like I'll be honest with you, there was points in my life where I was like, I just don't give a fuck. I'm gonna do what I want, and then I'll just fucking, I'll die young, right? Like I don't care. And
Hmm.
then, and then like I don't know, something happens as you get older, and you start to think like, what the fuck was I thinking? Thinking like that's so stupid. I want to take care of myself. I want to live a long life. I want to be around for a while. So, you do what you got to do, which is, in terms of me, is eating a lot better, healthier, cleaner, and finding what works for you. I've always been a I mean, I'm pretty tall anyway, but I want to get in shape and I don't know. I want to live. I just want to live. I don't want to die
You got to do what you got to
for
do.
something
Whatever,
stupid. Yeah, exactly right.
whatever works for you, right?
Mm-hmm. Uh, I'm doing it the healthy way. I'm not starving myself or make myself throw up or anything like that. I'm trying to do it the healthy way with a good diet. And then I haven't started exercising yet. I'm gonna work it in. See, because when I started this, I want to do it in just little phases of like, here's what I'm gonna give up. Here's what I'm gonna give up. Here's what I'm gonna give up. And then I've changed the way I eat completely now, and I'm gonna start doing like little exercises here and there and work myself way back into that.
Mhm.
And pretty soon the Burger Time Diner is gonna be like the Burger Jack's Diner. You know what I'm saying? Like it's I need like I'll have to get Disparity to make me a hamburger that's like flexing muscles,
Just like a buff burger or whatever.
The buff burger, yeah, fucking. Oh my god, that's our next emote. Be the buff burger.
The buff
Um,
burger.
shit. Uh, I what have I watched this week? I played a little bit of No Man's Sky last night.
Oh, nice. What'd
I
you think?
I got the Xbox Game Pass because it was only $1, and I was like, well, fuck it, we'll give this a go. It's only $1, and there's some other stuff on there I'd like to try. So far I like it. I'm very early. I didn't play very much. I went to bed early. Um,
Gotcha.
because I want to make sure I didn't want to sleep past this cantina like I did last week.
Mm.
Um, and I like it. I like it so far. The game seems to have come a long way. I've never played it before, but I try to keep an eye on things, and
Yeah.
they've added a bunch of stuff um, to it. It seems, and I had gotten to the tutorial where they're teaching you how to build a base, and then
Oh, nice.
my game bugged out. My gun disappeared. I
What?
said my laser gun disappeared off my HUD, but I could still shoot. And it's like, hey, you can just reload a save and it fixes that.
Wow.
So I reloaded the save and then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to bed and we'll do the rest of this tomorrow. So that's all of what that was. But I want to play some more. I know you talked about maybe downloading it again. By the way, it was really quick to download. It was only like 10 gigabytes. It's really small
Yeah,
compared to everything else
yeah,
we've
compared to
ever
literally
played.
every other game nowadays, it's true. Yeah. No, I think the last time that I played it was like December or something. I'd have to check my Steam, but like I for a while, like when I first got it, I was hooked, dude. Like I played it like nonstop when I first got it. It was a whole lot of fun, man. Yeah, I would just have to I just have to get it again. Let's see. The last time I played it was December 5th, 2019. So it's been a while, but I was pretty hooked on it when I first got it. So yeah, I'd reinstall it and play it again. I had a lot of fun with that game.
I was trying to get used to flying,
Mhm.
uh, which fucked with me real bad right at the start. I'm like, oh god, I'm upside down. I was like Ricky Bobby. I am upside down right now, and I don't know how to get back around. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, Sea of Thieves. Yes, I
but
also
but
got Sea of Thieves.
but Ricky
Uh,
Bobby pisses excellence, dude. He every time he
yeah,
wakes up
Fist
in the
Excellence
morning.
every day.
Yeah.
I did. I got turned back around, and then I crashed into the fucking planet. Which Majin, I think I'm streaming it on Discord just because we're screwing around. I think Majin saw me do that, and Winter saw me do that.
Mhm.
I was like, well, and Derper too, I think was there. Um, Crashed into the planet because the flight controls are a little weird. I don't have a flight stick yet. I don't even know if you can use a flight stick in No Man's Sky. I guess you can.
I actually
Um,
don't know, but because you can go on foot, I don't know. It feel weird. I don't know, man.
can you use flight stick? I know
I,
they
I
added their VR stuff to it.
I have to try it out, but that seems like it'd be an interesting one to use a flight stick on.
This says it does not support HOTAS, so
Fine.
probably not.
I mean, that's fine. I played the game just fine with controller or with keyboard and mouse.
Yeah. Yep.
It works just fine with keyboard and mouse. You know.
That's cool. It's just the flying was the only thing that kind of threw me for a loop in terms of controls. Uh, in terms of watching, I watched some stuff last night. Before going to bed, I watched the first few episodes of the anime called God of High School, or I think it's called The God of High School, not The Gods of High School, which has a lot of great action in it. It's 5%.
Really?
You know, it takes time to build with animes and stuff, so it's not really
Yeah.
like. Other than there are a bunch of badasses, they're fighting in this tournament to figure out who's the god of high school or whatever. Whoever whoever
Sure. Yeah.
attains like the top, whoever attains like the top thing gets one of their wishes granted. Is what they say in the show, which is anything they want, pretty much happening. So far the fighting's really good. I enjoy it. Uh, and I don't know if I could recommend it yet because the story hasn't taken off. But if you like really good fighting, you can check it out. It's pretty cool. What else have I watched? Let me check my voodoo. My voodoo.
Yeah. I was gonna say, if you got anything else on Voodoo?
I don't think I've been looking, but I was like, man, ain't nothing I want on sale this week.
That's
No,
fair.
the last couple things I watched on Voodoo was some Cowboy Bebop, which I need to go back and watch some more of that. I haven't stopped it completely. I just
Just
it's
haven't
hard
gone
to
back
watch.
to it.
Well, it's hard to watch on my TV because my air conditioner turns on and off, and the volume because it's so
Mm,
old, the
gotcha.
volume is really low, and I have to have it on like 50 to even
Gotcha.
hear him talk normally. So I'm like, that's really loud.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Um, have I played anything else? I played some SWOTOR with you in Majin.
Yeah,
I'm playing.
I've been having a lot of fun with Old Republic again.
Yeah. Old Republic's the last. I think it's still worth going back and playing it even now after all these years. They've made some good changes. You can get all the X packs and stuff like that if you subscribe for just 1 month, which is totally worth it to get all the expansions and stuff if you ever want to play through it. And you have them forever. That's the thing. You have them forever. They don't go away when you stop subbing. Um, what else? I feel like I played something else this week. I can look at my Steam history. Hang on. Grounded. Doi. Oh my goodness. How did I forget this? Um,
Yeah,
which by the way is also on Game Pass.
you were playing that one for quite a bit the other night.
And I'm gonna go back to it because I really like the building in it. I was interested in it after that last trailer or the last thing they did at the what was it, the Microsoft game showcase thing they did a couple weeks ago at this point I think, and they showed it and I was like, oh, that looks dope, which I'd seen it before and I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. But I played 6 hours of it. There's not a lot of story content in it, but the basics and the visuals are all super polished because it's in early access, right? And you expect that thing shit to be like broken. It's not really. I mean, there's some bugs here and there. Like I got shot high in the sky for a random reason the other day, which is pretty funny. Um, uh, the building in it's great. The fucking spiders are terrifying. I think the first time I ran into one, I screamed in the Discord, and I literally had to apologize because I was like, "Oh God, I just deafened everybody by that," but it scared the absolute living shit out of me. I
Yeah.
was terrified. Um, It has an arachnophobia mode, by the way, for those of you that don't like spiders, and it has different settings of it. Like it just slowly makes it look sillier and silly, not sillier and sillier, but make it look less and less intimidating. Like I think at maximum arachnophobia mode, it's literally a blob. It's two blobs put together like Play-Doh globs. It has two eyes, and that's literally all you see of it. So they tried to make it as friendly as possible for people that don't like spiders. Um, I actually highly recommend it, even though it's early access. The price on it is $40, but it's on the Game Pass. So if you have Xbox Game Pass, you can play it on there as well. I paid from price for it because I wanted to own it, and also I didn't realize it was on Game Pass because I'm an idiot. But at the same time, uh, highly recommend you guys checking it out. And I think that's all I've played. I think that's all I've watched. Would you like to hit the news, my friend?
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Let's just head straight into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as always, every week we start off with the game and news, and then we go to the TV and movies and whatnot. So let's start off with the game and news this week. I actually, I actually only have a few things this week, so which is fine because I have a feeling we're gonna spend a lot of time on Tsushima, so it's all good. But let's talk about Animal Crossing second summer update. They added fireworks and dreaming, and they finally added cloud backups to save your shit in the event that something happens or like you switch systems or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it launched on July 30th. And you're now able to opt into island backup, like I said. So it automatically uploads your island and save data to the cloud, in regular like intervals and whatnot. So like if your switch is like stolen or lost or whatever, you can upload your data to the service, from the service to your new system, and then you'll just pick up right where you left off, which is something that people have wanted for a long time.
Can we have that in every single fucking game ever? Because
I
man,
agree. I
because it
agree
makes
with that.
moving computers so much easier and stuff
That
like
would
that.
that'd be nice, right?
Yeah.
It would be real nice if that was the thing. But yeah, that's they did that, and then there's gonna be fireworks in the game every Sunday in August starting at 7 p.m. So if you want to see some fireworks in the game, that's gonna be happening.
That's cool.
There's gonna be like raffle tickets and stuff to win like special gear. Uh, and yeah, there's a little trailer if you wanna put it up
Oh
for
yeah, hit me,
for,
bruh.
for the good people of the podcast. There you go, man. It's pretty interesting. They also teased like a fall update, like a Halloween uh, type one. But yeah, like there's fireworks, you know, uh, which is pretty cool. I think the first one is gonna be tomorrow, actually. Tomorrow, 7 p.m. Man, fireworks.
Cool.
So it's pretty neat. Um, I don't play Animal Crossing as much as I used to when it first came out, but like I still hop on, just to like check out what's going on and stuff and whatnot. But these like content update things are always like really interesting to check out.
Yeah, that's cool.
See just to see what they add and whatnot.
Yeah,
And
I
this
haven't
like
hopped on it in a while. I need to check it.
this dreaming thing, I'm not even sure how that works yet. I'm just like, how what is that? But it seems pretty intriguing. I just I don't know how it works yet or anything.
Bruh, that nurse is packing. Just, just saying.
Oh my god.
What?
Nothing. I just oh
I know
man.
it's random AF, but look, how could I not notice?
Oh man.
uh,
Oh god.
Oh shit.
So Animal Crossing, yeah, island restoration service is available now. You can back up your island
Thank goodness.
and then free and another free update, the pumpkin Halloween one. Yeah. So
Oh
yeah,
man, I can't wait for that.
that's gonna be cool. But yeah, they've been adding more stuff to the game, uh, like such as this, and then like some of the NPCs, like Gulliver, like they turn him into like Pirate Gulliver and stuff now, and it's pretty cool, man, that they keep like updating it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so yeah, I gotta check out. I'm curious how like the raffle stuff is gonna work. Like, I wonder what prizes you can get from it, and like, I assume it's gonna happen every Sunday night with the fireworks. I think, I don't know, but it looks pretty neat. So definitely be
Cool.
checking that out. Next up, uh, Ubisoft was supposed to be working on a RPG, but or an RPG by the former Dragon Age creative director, uh, but it was canceled. Uh, there
Yeah,
was
Mike Laidlaw,
yeah,
this director's name.
there was a report from Jason Schreier from of Bloomberg talking about this. It was the project was codenamed Avalon. Uh, it was an ambitious adventure based on Arthurian legend. Uh, by
You know how
Ubisoft Chief
sad I
Creative
am.
Officer Serge. I don't know. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, but Haskoy. I'm not sure. I apologize if I didn't get that right. But according to the report, which cited anonymous former and current Ubisoft employees, Avalon was a big budget adventure revolving around many heroic tales of King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table. Unlike Ubisoft games Assassin's Creed, rooted in actual history, Avalon would have been set in a world of swords and sorcery, myths and legends. The game would have been cooperative. The game would have a cooperative online element to it, similar to Capcom's Monster Hunter series. Um,
It sounds so cool. I'm so bummed.
and while it would have been like a really cool game, it says here that the creative officer Serge Haskoy did not agree. He was not a fan of the fantasy genre, and he reportedly set a very high bar for the project. He told the team that Avalon needed to be better than Tolkien. Uh, but Serge resigned from Ubisoft in July following weeks of the whole sexual misconduct allegations and whatnot.
Hmm.
Uh, so yeah, I mean, basically they were gonna make a cool game, but this dude is like, I'm not a fan of fantasy, so fuck this game.
Yeah, thanks a
Which
lot.
is kind of surprising to me that Ubisoft would allow one dude so much control. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, like just because one guy doesn't like something, you're like, that's it. Like, you're not gonna make a game. It sounds pretty dope, dude. Like I'm all
I
about like a King Arthur style game. What was
I
it? Go ahead.
love King Arthur. I love it. I do. I've talked about it multiple times. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just wanted to be like, I love King Arthur. I want to.
No, all I was gonna say is like it sounds like it would have been a really cool game, man. Like I don't know, it's just crazy to me that like they allowed one dude so much power to be like, well, I don't want to do this, so we're not gonna do this. And then like that's a pretty big bar to set, dude. That it better be better than Tolkien. Like what?
The
Like
fact that he doesn't even like the fantasy drama to begin with, or genre, not
yeah,
drama, um, is like you're doomed to fail. Why would you put this person in charge of this if he doesn't like that kind of thing, like,
yeah. It's
or
just
or oversee it if he's such a bitch about it? Like, also just Assassin's Creed's rooted in history. Yeah, a lot of fake history. I
well, I
mean,
mean,
come on.
well, the whole thing is like that's a little bit more like they're trying to go for a little bit more realistic, whereas like this they clearly are like, oh, they would have been like swords and sorcery, and like this wouldn't have been like, it would have been different in that way, you know what I mean? But I get what you're saying.
Oh man, did you know Rayman is also based on real life? Man, can't believe this shit. Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I'm poking fun at some Ubisoft's other ideas.
the
It seems just stupid.
the fact that they would have had online cooperative stuff bums me out too, because I love online co-op shit, dude. I'm all about that stuff, dude.
Let me be a knight of the round table. Let us become knights of the round table in a co-op mode.
Yeah,
Be
I
cool.
sucks that this project was canceled because I mean I was gonna say like when was the last time there was like a King Arthur game? I'm trying to think off the top of
Um,
my head and I don't even know.
I have one on Steam that's early access, but it's a card game.
Oh man,
Um,
nah, I want a real game, man.
it looks like a real game. What's it called? I'll tell you what it is because it's on my wish list because I thought it was kind of interesting. I might check it out. And since we're just talking about King Arthur stuff at the moment, let
Mhm.
me find it here. It's called Tainted Grail.
Mm.
It looks really cool. Look at Steam, but it's the battle system I think is card based or something, but it looks like an actual game.
Oh, gotcha.
Uh, I think it's card based. I feel like I read that it was card based. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't.
Maybe I was thinking maybe I got two games mixed up. Um,
I
but
don't
yeah,
know. But yeah, it would be really cool to see like an Arthurian, you know, style game like that. It's
mm,
pretty. It's kind of unfortunate that it's not happening because one guy was like, I don't like that. You know what I mean?
and that's really a bummer too, because I know Mike Laidlaw from years of following Dragon Age and Bioware, and he was in charge of a lot of those projects. I follow him on Twitch. I watch his streams sometimes. He streams sometimes and talks about games. And he has a unique perspective on things because he's a game dev person. Uh, Mike Laidlaw's a cool dude, big fan, and
Yeah. Well,
man,
he tried to bring us some King Arthur shit, but the other dude was like, nah, man. So it
that's
is
disappointing.
it is what it is. It is disappointing. Yeah. Oh
Especially
well.
now that all this other stuff is coming. Will you bring
Yo,
it to me? Thank you. Sorry, my nephew's bringing me food.
all good.
uh,
So yeah, that's that. We can move on to something else. Let's talk about the newest Avengers War Table. Did you check it out?
I never watched it. No, I didn't watch it. I'll watch it now because you
There's
keep
a
telling me
link.
that you.
It's I will say though, it's a 17-minute video, so we're not
I'm
gonna
gonna
watch.
watch the whole
We're
thing.
not gonna watch the whole thing, but you can skip like the first like 2-3 minutes of it, like 2 minutes, yeah, like almost 3 minutes. There you go, around there, because that's kind of when it starts. Because before that, they just show like reactions of people or whatever.
Boy Thor.
Yeah, you got Thor, you got Hulk. You know, they show you Kamala and like yeah. So they basically talk about the beta in this one,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty cool. Um, it looks fun, dude. I have to say, like the beta in itself is gonna have like its own stuff that looks pretty awesome. Like it looks really neat. There's gonna be a few things you can do in the beta alone, which is very exciting. Uh, and they say that they chose those specific missions of the beta
Thank you, buddy.
um because they like feature like very specific like locale or whatever, you know what I mean? So um and at one point you get to fight Abomination during the beta, so that's pretty cool.
That's dope.
Yeah. So the heroes that you're gonna be able to choose in the beta is Iron Man, Kamala Khan, Black Widow, and your boy the Hulk. So those are the four you get to play as in the beta. You, it's pretty cool because
Thor.
I feel like that's a pretty good you got like a good variety in there, I think. So they have something called harm rooms, war zones, and drop zones.
It looks pretty.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I haven't eaten anything today, so for those of you curious, it's an egg omelet.
So obviously you can play these by yourself or with or co-op or whatever. which makes sense.
I know you're gonna be playing your boy the Hulk.
Of course, it's my guy, dude.
They don't. My guy's not in the beta. I don't think so.
No, but he's in the game, so
I wouldn't try. I wouldn't mind trying out Malakan. Is her name right?
yeah, Kamala.
I wouldn't mind trying her out because I saw some of her moves and they look cool. The little
Yeah,
expanding fighting stuff looks neat.
yeah. She's kind of like Mr. Fantastic of the Fantastic Four, with the whole like
Yeah.
Stretch Armstrong kind of deal. Yeah, but it's pretty cool. There's gonna be multiple things you can do. The war zones look pretty cool. Um, they're gonna have like environmental puzzles and whatnot, and drop zones are cool because you can like drop in and out, I believe. And then of course, they're gonna have the whole this game has the whole like um the different gear that you can use to make your characters different. Like for example, like when we get the game, right, like my Iron Man is gonna be different than yours or whatever, because of the different gear and whatnot.
Yeah.
So that kind of stuff I've always never really been good at, like the whole like fucking here you gotta put the gear into the slot and that kind of thing is I've always been kind of pretty bad at, but I'm still gonna like enjoy the game, because the gameplay looks a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole I do think it's kind of neat though, but at the same time, yeah, I'm just like, I wonder, you know. But I mean, it makes sense because like they gotta. That's the kind of game they're going for. So I just think it'll be neat to see how like when let's say like when we and like the group of our friends get this game, right, how like all of our characters are like it's the same. You're playing as the same character, but like they're gonna play differently because of the gear or whatever that you have on them. But I mean, obviously, like any kind of these games, you get more as you level up and whatnot. Um, there's a lot to the skill tree, dude. There's like 3 pages or some shit, dude, of like just skill tree shit that they have in here. Um,
Did they say the beta stuff carries over into the main game? Is that what I just heard?
um,
I feel like you said something.
I'm
Maybe
not
you
sure.
unlocked something.
I'm not sure about that. It might, but I don't know. I don't think it usually does. But I'm
No,
not.
you usually don't, but I'm sure he just said something like that. Let me go back. Actually, I think it was right here. You earn a nameplate that carries over. That's what it is.
Yeah, because
That
I was
shows
like,
you played in the beta.
yeah, because usually they don't let you like.
That's why I was like, huh? So playing in the beta gets you a little something that shows you were in the beta.
Mhm.
That's cool.
That's pretty neat.
All right.
If you skip over to like 13 minutes,
13 minutes.
like 13:30, like 13:30.
I'm at 13:20. Most.
All right, that's fine. Yeah, 13:30, man. You got your they have a little something extra, man.
Oh.
It's what people have been wanting, have been waiting for.
Dang right.
It's it's your boy Clinton Barton,
Yeah. It's my boy.
Hawkeye himself. They have added him to the game.
I'm glad
Uh,
he's one of the ones that they're announcing really early, especially after like that E3 where they were like, "Where's Hawkeye?"
so there you go. They,
Yeah.
they they looked at like they looked at a bunch of different comics about Hawkeye to get him, to like get inspiration for the character here in this game. he has his own story chain that's separate from the main story,
That's cool.
and he looks pretty cool.
I'm glad. I'm glad that my boy Hawkeye's getting his respect. He deserves it.
Hmm. You get 6 heroes with at launch,
Plus, my boy rocks purple. I mean, what's not to love?
right? That's like the classic comics shit, dude. He's rocking
Mm-hmm.
the purple. So obviously there's gonna be the 6 at launch, and then there's gonna be more heroes added in the future as
Mm-hmm.
they as the game progresses and continues to get updated and stuff. But it's pretty cool how they have uh all these this stuff right now. So they talk about the beta details. August 7th is the PS4 pre-order beta. August 14th is the Xbox One X PC pre-order beta, and then the PS4 open beta, and then the August 21st is when all platforms get the open beta.
That's cool.
So end of the month if you don't pre-order the game. If you pre-order the game, then you can play it pretty soon. But if you didn't, then you just gotta wait till the end of the month.
Yeah.
And then they announced like some like Fortnite crossover or whatever, where you get like the Hulk hands and not Hulk Buster hands in Fortnite or whatever.
Mm.
The
Is
game
there
comes
a?
out September
Mhm.
4th, 2020.
So not too far away.
Next month, dude. I can't believe. Oh shit, September's next month already. Goddamn.
Yeah, today's August the 1st, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
next month September. Oh shit.
July's over.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the award table, basically.
Is there um is there any other hero that you'd like to see added that's not in the game yet or announced? Like I
Oh,
wanted
dude,
Hawkeye real bad and they threw him in
yeah.
there, so
I I would love to play as dude. There's actually like quite a few I'd like to see added, because I mean, basically all we know is that you can play as the 6 ones that they've announced, and then Hawkeye. So you got Tony, Cap, Hulk, Thor, Natasha, and then Kamala, and then Hawkeye now. So that's like 7, right? I I would like to see Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like I
oh
know that.
man, that was my pick. You stole my pick.
I'm
I want
sorry, man.
Ant Man next.
Yeah, I'd love to see Ant-Man and the Wasp, dude, because I know that they have Hank Pym in the game, like he's gonna be a part of the story, but I
Yeah.
don't know how well, you know. Yeah, I don't know, like if he's gonna be end up being playable or whatnot, but I mean, like yeah, there's more that I would like to see. Like obviously Black Panther would be cool.
Oh,
Uh,
Black Panther would be dope.
Doctor Strange would be dope. Um,
Strange is my second pick.
yeah, I mean there'd be like so many more, like there's a lot of cool ones that they could add.
I hope they add some people I don't even fucking know, just so I can learn about them. I'm
Yeah,
like, we're like that about the movies too. It's like I want a movie about somebody I have no the fucking clue who it's about.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I played the Marvel's Ultimate Alliance 3, the Black Order, which is a
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo Switch exclusive game. And they had some Marvel characters in there that I had no idea who they were. They had like this vampire hunter lady with guns, and she was like, "Who the fuck is this bitch?" She's like, and they added other people, like they had like Luke Cage and like Daredevil, Iron Fist. Like those guys would be pretty cool too. Or
Yeah,
um
I love Beardo.
like like I don't know, man. Like there's like so many like cool characters that they could add. Now, will they though? That's a whole different thing. Because like I don't want to get
Mm-hmm.
my hopes up on anybody. Because like there was a time when Battlefront 2 was still being updated. Because RIP, it's no longer being updated. For those who don't know, uh, that I was so hopeful for so many different characters. Like I wanted Mace Windu, I wanted like Jango Fett, I wanted Ahsoka, I wanted all these people that they just never added to the game, you know. So for this one, I'm just like, I don't know, man. I don't want to get my hopes up because there's so many cool characters that they could add, and I'm like, I don't know, dude. But I mean, yeah, they could add so many cool people. Like I mentioned a few already. They could add like some of the X-Men, dude, like Wolverine or like uh, Cyclops or Deadpool or like Magneto. I mean, whoever, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Falcon, Ghost Rider, Blade, Punisher. I don't know how well
Fucking
those guys would fit into the story of this game, but I'm just like trying to think like name off Marvel characters, you know?
throw a blade
Uh,
in there. Fucking do it.
yeah, right. Fucking throw them in there, dude. Yeah, I
I'm
already mentioned Daredevil, Iron Fist, Luke Cage.
see who else. I don't know who all they do. They have access to everybody. I don't know how any of that shit really
They
works.
should have access to most people now. I think now that they have like the rights back from like like Fox or whatever. I think they should have like the rights to most characters. Shit, I mean, you could throw the Guardians in there. I don't know how well they would make sense to have them in there, but I mean, they could be all
Oh
right.
man, throw Wolverine in there.
Yeah, I mentioned him already. You could throw in
Yeah.
the Fantastic Four. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Like it'd be
Gambit. I
cool.
like Gambit.
It'd be cool to just see some of these guys in there, man. You know. But
I'm just going through a big list now.
yeah, it just depends on the type of like story and characters they want to have.
Mm-hmm.
Which it seems like they're doing more of like the actual like Avengers, because I mean the game is called Avengers, so I mean I don't know. I feel like they want to go more towards those kind of guys as opposed to
Yeah.
like Fantastic Four or like Guardians or X-Men or whatever.
No, no,
But yeah, I mean,
no.
but yeah, Ant-Man, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, those would be some that I would like to see. The Wasp too, because I really like the Wasp. Uh, I don't know if Spider-Man is an option, but if they can throw him in there, then do it. But although I don't know, because Spider-Man is a Sony guy, so I feel like if they did it, he would be like a PS4 exclusive or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have no clue how any of that shit works.
That's kind of my thinking on that, because they have Spider-Man, but they like did the Sony the exclusive Spider-Man PS4 game or whatever
Yep,
that you're currently playing
that I'm
through.
currently playing. That's awesome.
So I feel like if they were to include him, he'd be like a Sony only character or whatever. But and then once you get into that though, it gets a little like weird or whatever. But I don't know. I mean, I feel like the main characters they have right now are pretty cool. But I mean, I absolutely would want to see them add more in the future. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, that'll be a topic for another time because I'm sure we're gonna revisit this at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
We'll
so
probably
let's
talk
talk
about it when
about
we play the beta. Yeah.
yeah. Let's talk about Valorant. They announced the new character called Killjoy.
Killjoy.
Killjoy, because like Overwatch, they're gonna do the whole like here's a new character that we're adding to the game.
Yeah.
Killjoy.
What?
So
Oh.
yeah,
I'm
little
like, is that
turret.
the character?
No. That's it's a little
I was
turret.
like, wow, they're going way out there.
No. So they pretty much show off the abilities and whatnot of the character. Um, but Killjoy is from Germany, I believe. She's yeah from Germany. She seems pretty cool. The
Mm-hmm.
abilities seem pretty neat. I don't think I don't think there's like a date of like when she's coming out, but she's announced and she's coming to the game, so that'll be pretty
Well,
cool. I think she's probably coming whenever Act Two is gonna be coming in, and Act One ends in like 3 days, so yeah, so it'll probably be real soon.
that's cool. I know
Um,
I'm not big into the Valorant scene, but I know you and some of the other guys are into it.
yeah,
So
yeah. So that's the new character called Killjoy. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for gaming news. I don't really have. I don't really have a whole lot of news in general this week, but that's what's one of the things. Those are a few
I
of the things.
saw
But,
something. What was I'm looking through just to see if there's anything we missed. Uh, Battletoads has a release date trailer. I haven't watched this yet. I'll put it up there for a second. Oh, God. Here we go.
oh yeah, Battletoads. Yeah. They
Yeah.
announced the release date or whatever, right?
Yeah, this is the release date
Yeah.
trailer.
I was supposed to put this on my fucking notes, but I forgot for some reason.
And it's why we always double check just to make sure. Because some things drop while we're doing the show, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Some things I just forget to write down too. I'm like, oh, I'll put it down later, or like I thought I had already put them on or whatever. But yeah, it is what it is.
That ain't my thing, but I'll probably watch Rick play it because I'm sure he'll push the damn thing.
Oh yeah, he's yeah.
I know he's big into it.
Yeah, he definitely is. I think he's been waiting for this for this kind of game for a while. I think. Speaking of Battletoads, you're playing Grounded, and we found a Battletoad.
Yeah, there's a big battle action figure in there. There's a lot of little things in there that I don't know all the Easter eggs, obviously, but I'm sure there's more than just that.
Yeah.
The Battletoad
Oh,
is the
sure.
obvious one.
In a game like that, I'm sure you could hide like a bunch of different Easter eggs. Absolutely.
Battletoads, August 20th. So at the toward a couple weeks.
Hmm.
That's cool. Let's see. Is there anything else? While I scroll down through here. Uh,
If there's nothing else, I can just go straight into the TV news.
yeah, go ahead. I don't think there's anything else.
All right. Let's talk about Netflix setting a prequel for The Witcher, and they're gonna call it The Witcher: Blood Origin. Uh, Netflix announced The Witcher: Blood Origin, a limited series from the Witcher universe. Blood Origin will be a 6-part live-action limited series and a prequel to The Witcher, set in an elven world 1,200 years before the world of The Witcher. The show will chart the origins of the very first Witcher and the events that lead to the pivotal conjunction of the spheres, when the worlds of monsters, men, and elves merge to become one. Uh, the series is going to shoot in the UK, but the cast and the date have not been revealed. But yeah, that's pretty much all we know. Besides, they have some producers on board, and they have the creative consultant and whatnot. Uh, yeah,
Cool. I'm excited.
they're doing a Witcher prequel show, limited series, so it's not gonna be like I
Yeah,
said. It's gonna be a 6-parter. So that's pretty neat. Um,
I like a good mini series. I'm in. I saw some people like on Twitter were like complaining about this, and I was like, "What are you complaining about? Like, it's not even like it's a little mini series. I don't understand."
oh,
I don't,
you're going on Twitter trying to make sense. I mean, come on.
yeah, I guess. But
Anyway, they also released the Emmy Award nominees, so I'm gonna quickly go through these, and then we'll see if we've seen some of these, or we want to watch some of these, or whatever. So we have nominated for Best Drama Series. We have Better Call Saul, AMC, The Crown, Netflix, The Handmaid's Tale, Hulu, Killing Eve, BBC America, The Mandalorian, Disney Plus, Ozark, Netflix, Stranger Things, Netflix, and Succession, HBO. So out of all these, I have seen Better Call Saul. I have seen The Crown. I have seen Handmaid's Tale. I have seen Killing Eve, Mandalorian, Ozark, Stranger Things. I've seen all of them except for Succession. However, I think I kind of gave up on Handmaid's Tale because I'm just like, I don't want to watch this anymore. So I kind of gave up on that one. I need to catch up on Better Call Saul. I haven't seen the latest season. Ozark. I haven't seen the latest season either.
I haven't seen the latest season of Ozark either.
But I think other than that, I'm pretty caught up. I forget if I've seen the latest season of Killing Eve or not, but for the most part, these are all really good shows. Like they're all.
Yeah, it seems like it's pretty goddamn stacked.
It is, yeah. What I get from this is that I'm so glad that Mandalorian, is getting recognition, but I don't think it's gonna win, unfortunately.
Nah, no, I don't either.
I'm glad it's on here though. I'm glad it's
Yeah.
nominated, but I don't think it's gonna win. It's cool to have it on here, but I don't think it's gonna win.
Do you have
Yeah.
a pick on who you think might win?
I feel like Better Call Saul is up there. I feel like maybe Ozark. Um, what else? I don't. These are all good, dude. Like The Crown is good stuff. Ozark, I haven't seen. It's hard to tell also when I haven't seen the latest seasons of Better Call Saul or Ozark, which I think those are like probably two of the like ones that have like a good shot at winning.
Yeah.
Well, I just like the only one I haven't seen is Succession, so I don't have anything to say on that. But I mean, if it's on here, then it's got to be good, I guess. Stranger Things also is kind of like I feel like it's in the Mandalorian vein, like it's a good, like it's good, like we love that show, but I don't think it has a chance of winning. It's one of those. It's like when they added Black Panther to the Oscars. It's like, oh, it's nice to have you on here, but you're not gonna win. So that's kind of how I feel like Stranger Things and Mandalorian is. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I feel like Better Call Saul or Ozark or The Crown or one of these shows like that. Yeah, probably like if I had to say, probably Better Call Saul, dude. That's probably my pick if I have to choose one.
Gotcha.
And that being said, again, I haven't seen the latest season, but I do want to check it out. Anyway, you got a pick for that one or no?
Probably not, because I've only seen like a few of those shows. I haven't watched Better Call Saul. I haven't seen
Gotcha.
quite a few. The only thing on there that I've seen Mando, I've seen Stranger Things, and I've seen Ozark. So,
Okay.
and
Yeah,
not even the latest season of Ozark. So,
I got to catch up on Ozark and Better
so
Call.
many things.
Best comedy series: Curb Your Enthusiasm, HBO; Dead to Me, Netflix; The Good Place, NBC; Insecure, HBO; The Kaminsky Method, Netflix; The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Amazon; Schitt's Creek, Pop; and then What We Do in the Shadows, FX.
I haven't
So
seen any of that.
all of these, my vote goes for The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
I knew you were gonna pick that because you've talked about that show.
First of all, I love that show, and then not only that, but it's the only one I've seen on this list. So I don't really have much to say there. I hear What We Do in the Shadows is pretty fun too. But yeah, I mean, I just Marvelous Mrs. Maisel for me because I love that show.
I
Anyway,
need to check that out. I still need to check that out.
it's great, dude. It's so much fun. I'd recommend it to everybody.
What's it on?
It's on Amazon.
Amazon. Okay, I can watch it.
Best limited series: Little Fires Everywhere, Hulu; Mrs. America, FX on Hulu; Unbelievable, Netflix; Unorthodox, Netflix; and Watchmen, HBO. So they'll get the only one I've seen is Watchmen. So Watchmen is my pick. Best actor in a drama series: we have Jason Bateman, Ozark; Sterling K. Brown, This Is Us; Steve Carell, The Morning Show; Brian Cox, Succession; Billy Porter, Pose; and Jeremy Strong, Succession. Uh tough to say when I haven't seen a lot of these shows. So I'll go Jason Bateman with Ozark, I suppose.
Yeah, that'd be my pick too, just because I think he's great in that show from what I've seen in the two seasons I've watched it.
Best actress in a drama series: we have Jennifer Aniston, The Morning Show; Olivia Colman, The Crown; Jodie Comer, Killing Eve; Laura Linney, Ozark; Sandra Oh, Killing Eve; and Zendaya, Euphoria. Some good options here. I've seen obviously Ozark, Killing Eve, The Crown, so I tough to say, but Jodie Comer's really good in Killing Eve. So is Sandra Oh though. Laura Linney obviously is good in Ozark, and then Olivia Colman as the Queen in The Crown. I mean, come on. I mean, either one of those would be a good option, honestly, for me. So I'm fine with whoever wins of that in there. I don't really
Mhm.
have like a pick or anything. Best actor in a comedy series. We have Anthony Anderson, Blackish, Don Cheadle, Black Monday, Ted Danson, The Good Place, Michael Douglas, The Kaminsky Method, Eugene Levy, Schitt's Creek, and Rami Youssef from Rami. Can't say on any of these because I haven't seen any of these,
I haven't
so
seen any of those either. I'm like, oh,
can't
I don't
speak on
remember.
that. We're gonna go ahead and skip that category. Best actress in a comedy series: Christina Applegate, Dead to Me; Rachel Brosnahan, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel; Linda Cardinelli, Dead to Me; Catherine O'Hara, Schitt's Creek; Issa Rae, Insecure; and Tracy Ellis Ross, Blackish. I'm going with my girl Rachel Brosnahan from The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Best actor in a limited series or television show: Jeremy Irons in Watchmen; Hugh Jackman in Bad Education; Paul Mescal in Normal People; Jeremy Pope in Hollywood; or Mark Ruffalo. And I know this much is true. Uh, I've only seen Jeremy Irons, so he's got to be my pick because that's the only one I've seen.
I like Jeremy Irons a lot, which reminds me we need to watch that movie Kingdom of Heaven again because he's in that movie.
Best, best actress in a limited series or television show: Kate Blanchett, Mrs. America; Shara Haas, Unorthodox; Regina King, Watchmen; Octavia Spencer, Self-Made; and Kerry Washington, Little Fires Everywhere. Regina King, because I've only seen Watchmen. Uh, Best Supporting Actor in a Drama Series: Giancarlo Esposito, Better Call Saul; Bradley Whitford, The Handmaid's Tale; Billy Crudup, The Morning Show; Mark Duplass, The Morning Show; Nicholas Braun, Succession; Kieran Culkin, Succession; Matthew McFadden, Succession; Jeremy Wright, Westworld; or Jeffrey Wright, not Jeremy Wright, my bad. Jeffrey Wright, our new Commissioner Gordon from Westworld. So I'd probably go with Giancarlo maybe or Jeffrey Wright
Mhm.
from Better Call Saul or Westworld. Best Supporting Actress in the Drama Series: Laura Dern, Big Little Lies; Meryl Streep, Big Little Lies; Helena Bonham Carter, The Crown; Samara Wiley, The Handmaid's Tale; Fiona Shaw, Killing Eve; Julia Garner, Ozark; Sarah Snook, Succession; and Thandie Newton, Westworld. I would probably go with probably Thandie Newton from Westworld maybe, or yeah, I feel like Thandie Newton would be good. Best Supporting Actor in a Comedy. I'm gonna go through these. We have we have some. Yeah, I think out of all these, Sterling K. Brown or Tony Shalhoub would probably be my picks from Mrs. Maisel. Best Supporting Actress in the Comedy. Oh, here we go, Josh. Best Supporting Actress in the Comedy Series: Betty Gilpin from Glow. Uh,
Yeah.
Darcy Carden, The Good Place; Yvonne Orji, Insecure; Alex Bornstein, Ross Mrs. Maisel; Marin Hinkle, Ross Mrs. Maisel. Uh, what else we got? Kate McKinnon, SNL; Cecily Strong, SNL; and Annie Murphy, Schitt's Creek. Uh, some good options there. Best Supporting Actor for a Limited Series or Movie: Dylan McDermott, Hollywood; Jim Parsons, Hollywood; uh, Titus Burgess in Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt; Yaha Abdul Mateen II; Jovan Adepo, Watchmen; and Lewis Gossett Jr. From Watchmen as well. Good options there as well from Watchmen. Uh, well, I'm gonna try to go through these really quickly. Best variety talk series, yeah. Best competition program. That's pretty much it. There's some other stuff in there that didn't name off, but I mean, I haven't really I can't really speak speak on it because I haven't seen it, and I'm sure Josh is probably the same too. So we'll skip that.
Yeah.
And those are some of the some of the nominations there. Uh, I've seen a good a decent amount of some of those, but there's still a lot that I haven't seen in that, so I can't really speak on it. So anyway, that's that. Let's talk about Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous, the official teaser from Netflix. Boom. Uh,
Let's open that.
so it looks like a very kiddie show, to be honest, based off this trailer. Like, I don't know what the vibe of this show even is. You know what I mean? Like the
It's gonna
animation looks very kiddie to me.
it's gonna take a violent turn any minute, Daniel. I just know it is. And those kids are gonna get torn to shreds. It's gonna be a bloody mess.
Well,
And then it's
that's what
gonna
the
say
trailer.
it's gonna say directed by fucking oh god damn it, I forgot the name. Eli Roth. We'll go with Eli Roth, why
Oh
not?
Jesus, the trailer makes it seem like something's gonna happen to these kids, but it's like nothing's gonna happen to these fucking kids. You know they're not gonna do some vile ass shit to these kids in this fucking animated show, dude. These kids are gonna make it out alive. They're gonna dumb down the dinosaurs, and they're gonna bamboozle the dinosaurs, and it's like, well, it's whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm just
So I'll be honest. I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't even know if I'm gonna watch this
oh,
because
I can straight up tell you I ain't gonna watch this shit.
I like Jurassic. I like Jurassic Park, but I'm or Jurassic World or whatever. But like, I just this doesn't. I don't really like the animation either, dude. Like,
The first comment, sorry, I'm looking at YouTube. First comment says, "This looks like a Wii game."
I mean, it does, dude. Right?
Yeah, it does.
Does it look like a week? Yeah. So I don't. This looks like a pass for me right now. Uh. So yeah.
Oh Lord.
Uh. Let's talk about something else, man.
Yeah,
Something,
okay.
something else that Netflix is doing that's gonna be that I think has potential. Uh, so Netflix is doing an animated series, a Splinter Cell animated series from the John Wick writer Derek Kolstad.
That sounds dope.
Yeah, so Netflix and Ubisoft have teamed up for an anime series adaptation of video game Splinter Cell. Derek Kolstad, best known for his work writing the John Wick film franchise, will serve as writer and executive producer on the series. According to sources, the series has received two 16-episode orders, or a two-season 16-episode order at Netflix. Um, so yeah, I mean, how do we? Obviously, the game is, or the games are based off like the novels and they've been trying to do, and then like for years, there's been rumors of Tom Hardy doing a Splinter Cell movie, like going as far back as like 2012 or some shit. Um, there's obviously nothing like in progress with the movie. It's been, I think, like I haven't heard news about it in forever. But we're getting an anime. But if we're not getting another game, we're at least getting another anime or another anime of Splinter Cell. So how do you feel about it, man?
I think it's cool. I was never a big Splinter Cell guy because those games came out at a time where I didn't play those types of games, right? Like I sucked at them, so I avoided them. To be blunt, like I don't want to spend money on something I'm gonna stink at. Nowadays, I would love to play them, because my gamer skills are top notch. Any of you that watch Grounded and see me scream like a little girl when I fight spiders. Um, I think it's cool. I like that some more games are getting turned into little TV shows and stuff like that. And I'm down as long as they're faithful to their source material. You know, I think it's cool.
So yeah, we got two seasons of 16 episodes apiece. So that'd be pretty cool, man. First for and they got the John Wick writer working on it. So I
That's
feel
the
like
other thing. Yeah.
it's gonna be pretty. It has, but the potential is high, I think, for this.
Sam Fisher gonna go around and fucking just close combat shoot
He's
people.
gonna John Wick some hoes. Yeah, it's gonna be great,
Yeah.
man. Anyway, so yeah, I'm very 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 intrigued at the possible potential of that. So that's gonna be good. Another thing we have here is Kevin Smith is working on an animated Green Hornet series. Uh, Green Hornet, the comic book series, they're doing they're doing an animated show, Green Hornet and Kato. Uh, so there really isn't a whole lot of information on this other than he's working on it, coming to from the works of Wild Brain, uh, which is a content producer. Um, we'll see. I mean, I don't really. I'll be honest. I don't know a whole lot about like Green Hornet in general. Like, I know some things about it, but I've never really been like super huge on it or anything.
All I know about it is it launched kind of like Bruce Lee. That's like the old
And
school.
and then there was that one like Seth Rogen movie that came out
This,
like however long
yeah,
ago. But yeah, so Kevin
yeah.
Smith, Green Hornet. Um, yeah, that's pretty much all I got for the TV news.
I got something, and it's purely selfish because I love this anime.
Okay.
Um, Toradora is now streaming on Netflix, both the sub and dub. I loved this anime. This was back when I was an anime aficionado. I watch anime all the time. So it's a little old. When did this come out? I'm gonna look really quick. It's like 2008. I'm not that old, I guess. That's kind of old.
2008. I
Um,
mean, that's. I mean, it kind of is.
yeah. Uh, it's so so I like romance, and this is a romantic comedy that's a pretty slow build, but ends real well, and it's worth a watch if that's your thing. Check it out. That's Selfishness. I loved it. I loved it a lot. Um, and that was just purely me jumping in at the end here and being like, "Go watch this," because I love it. It's one of my favorites.
Heck yeah, man.
And then that's all I got. Really.
All right, well we can move on, dude. If you're good to
Yeah,
go.
let's keep
I,
rolling.
the movie news is gonna be real short. I only got a few things, but that's fine because we'll have plenty of time to talk Tsushima. So let's talk quickly about this news here. So uh we had Zack Snyder talking about his Justice League, um, and how he mentioned or he said that the D Snyder cut, his version, is going to be more than 214 minutes, and he confirmed that it will have none. I repeat, none of Joss Whedon's shots in this version of the movie. So it's going to be like a completely different movie, basically. Um, which to me is very exciting because I was pretty underwhelmed and disappointed by the Whedon WB version that came out in theaters 3 years ago. I
Yeah.
I am a huge, massive DC fan. Like if you tell me about I like both Marvel and DC, right? Like I'm not gonna tell you one's better. Like I'm not gonna tell you one's better than the other, or like fuck one or fuck the other. Like I love them both. But my love of like superheroes and all that, comics and all that shit started with DC. So
Yeah.
I'm always a little bit more on the DC side of things. And I was super disappointed by Justice League, man. Like Justice League should have been what Avengers was in like 2012 for the MCU, you know what I mean? Like Justice
Hmm.
League should have been like as good if not better than that. And it's pretty disappointing what we got. Which they kind of messed up from the beginning because they tried to like catch up to the MCU and like instead of do the individual like superhero movies and then do the team up movie like Marvel did, they tried to do the reverse of like here's everybody and then we'll do the the separate movies, which didn't work out, but it's a whole nother thing. But anyway, long story short, I was disappointed by this movie. So for years we've obviously had talk of the Snyder cut and all this other stuff. Then it was finally confirmed earlier this year that it exists. It's a thing. We've seen a teaser for it now. It's coming to premiere. It's going to be on HBO Max next year. Uh, and yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty fucking cool that it's basically like he has his movie. He's using none of the Joss Whedon shots. He has a 214-minute version of the movie, which I mean that's pretty pretty nuts, man.
Hmm.
Uh, and I'm trying to see if there's any other like anything worthy of note here. I mean, he talked about it like on a like a panel with other people or whatever on the DC fandom. Was it or no? What was it? He did it on. He was on a panel talking to some people about it. Um, He's been talking to composer Junkie XL for for the score, as well as the additional footage that they have, and um, yeah, obviously again 200 over 214 minutes the runtime, and they kind of like asked him, like, since it was gonna be like that long or whatever, like if it was gonna be like if they're just gonna have it as a full film or if they're gonna like split it up into like an extended cut with like an intermission or like a mini series or whatever, and then he basically said he'd be happy with either a long running film or miniseries. It wasn't a compromise either way, but he was particularly intrigued by the miniseries format. Um, uh, he said he was asked about the Joss Whedon, the they call it here the Frankenstein cut of footage that was used for the theatrical release, and he admitted that he had not seen the theatrical cut of Justice League, and he won't. Uh, he said, yeah. So when they asked him about if any of the Joss Whedon shots would be in the movie, he said, "I would set the I'm gonna quote what he said here. Okay, I would set the movie on fire. I'd destroy it before I used a single frame that I did not photograph." End quote. Uh,
Well,
yeah. So he's not about using the other footage. So that's pretty interesting. But yeah, pretty much we're getting a super long Snyder cut with brand new footage that he obviously there's gonna be stuff in the movie that we've seen already because that was just some stuff that Snyder shot that made it into the Whedon version or whatever. But there's gonna be like a lot more that we haven't because it's a lot of stuff that they didn't use or like whatever. Like it's gonna be all his version. So that's why it's called the Snyder Cut, obviously. But I'm this makes me pretty excited. Like I'm like I want to watch it. Like I'm actually like looking forward to seeing this. Like it's kind of like if it's to me, I'm kind of it's like if it's a new movie, like because it's not gonna be the
yeah,
same thing. You know what I mean? So
exactly. Hmm.
so I'm really looking forward to it. So I mean it can't be worse. It cannot be worse, right?
Yeah,
Like it can't be worse. So
like how worse could it end? Like you couldn't. Like it's just like
yeah, there's no
the the
way.
the, the very worst it could be is it's just as bad. At
Yeah,
which point you've
which
lost nothing.
which yeah, and then honestly, like that's kind of hard to do because I mean they joke about calling it a Frankenstein movie, but the other one was pretty much a Frankenstein movie. They had some of the stuff that he did, and then they had like Joss Whedon film other shit, and they put them together and tried to make it work. And unfortunately for them and for us, it did not work. So
So what if this comes out and it's a big hit? Do you think that means anything?
I think, yeah, I think they could like potentially continue they could potentially continue that kind of side of things. Like I know that like what's his name? Ben Affleck said that he was gonna be done with Batman, but I could probably see him coming back. You know what I mean? Like there's been rumors of like, oh, is Henry Cavill gonna be done as Superman? They haven't confirmed if he is or if he isn't. He still wants to do it. And I want to see a Man of Steel too. I don't know about you, but I love Man of
No, I
Steel.
do. I love Man of Steel. It was on the
I,
other day and I watched it.
I would love to see a Man of Steel too, and I want to see him continue his Superman. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see like that version of those characters continue. You know what I mean? Like, I love Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that Cyborg didn't get much to do in Justice League. He never got his own movie. Flash never got his own movie. I want to see more with what they can do with those guys. Aquaman got his own movie. Jason Momoa is a great Aquaman. I'd like to see those characters continue. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
if I feel like if this movie does well, then they'll definitely have they'll have to like reevaluate their plan. At least I think. You know what I mean? Like DC
I'm
and
I'm in
Warner Brothers.
agreement. I want this to be a hit and I want those series to continue because I like Batfleck. I know a lot of people gave him
Yeah,
shit, but I thought he looked great. I thought he was great. I don't think
yeah.
it was necessarily even his fault if anything was bad.
I
To
like
be
Batfleck
honest.
too, and I was one of those people that when they announced him, like before BVS, right? Like
Mhm.
when they first cast him, I was like, dude, Ben Affleck is Batman. I was like, what the fuck are you guys doing over there, man? But then, my dude, he shut me up whenever I saw him in that trailer, dude. Whenever I saw him, I was like, all right, dude, he's gonna be a badass Batman.
He
I need,
worked his ass off. The dude was fucking huge. He was jacked.
yeah,
I mean, I know the suit had some on there too, but like you see him without the suit, and
yeah, yeah,
the man worked. He cared, and people shit on him, which makes me
yeah.
kind of sad.
So I'm yeah, so for me that's like huge, dude. I can't wait to watch it, to be honest. I'm
Yeah.
very looking forward to the Snyder cut for sure. So uh Pixar has planned its next feature film. It's called Luca, and it's gonna be set in Italy. uh Luca, Italy set Luca is gonna be directed by Enrico Casarosa, writer and director of the 2012 Academy Award nominated short La Luna. Um, Walt Disney said Luca, which will be produced by Andrea Warren, who worked on Lava and Cars 3, is set to open in U.S. theaters on June 18th, 2021. Set on the Italian Riviera, the animated feature will be a coming of age story about one young boy experiencing an unforgettable summer filled with gelato, pasta, and endless scooter rides. Pixar added the titular Luca will share his adventures with a newfound best friend, a sea monster from another world just below the water surface. This is a personal, this is a deeply uh, personal story for me. Not only because it's set on the Italian Riviera where I grew up, but because of the core of this film is celebration of friendship. Childhood friendships often set the course of who we want to become, and it is those bonds that are at the heart of our story in Luca, said the director in a statement. So, in addition to the beauty and charm of the Italian seaside, our film will feature an unforgettable summer adventure that will fundamentally change Luca. Uh, so yeah, that's we have news on Pixar's next movie. I think that's pretty cool. I don't. I love Pixar. Uh, so I'm about it, dude. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of stuff they can do with that.
Yeah.
Um, the last thing I have on here, which again there wasn't a whole lot of news today, but uh, the last thing is the Detective Pikachu director uh is teaming up with Netflix to make a Beyond Good and Evil adaptation. So Rob Letterman is gonna make a Beyond Good and Evil movie for Netflix. Um,
We'll be wanting all their stuff to become.
Shows
They're
and movie
really branching
stuff, yeah.
out. Yeah.
Which, to be honest, like there's a lot of studios doing that now. Like PlayStation is gonna be doing that with their, they've been obviously we know that they're working on an Uncharted movie, which oh man, that everything I hear about that movie just does not sound good. But you never know, man. They could prove us wrong. But anyway, Beyond Good and Evil, uh, the 2003 game set in the 25th century, on on a remote mining planet that is under alien attack. The military rulers that promise to defend the population may be in league with the invaders. In this environment, a young photojournalist named Jade is recruited to be a part of the underworld or underground resistance movement. Um, yeah, so they're in early development and they're searching for writers right now. But they got a director, Rob Letterman, who obviously I mentioned did Detective Pikachu. He worked on Shark Tale and Monsters vs. Aliens and other stuff. Um, so yeah, I mean, I like Detective Pikachu. I'll say that. Uh, and honestly, I don't know a whole lot about Beyond Good and Evil, other than I know that it was a game from Ubisoft in 2003, and that there's a sequel coming out eventually next year, maybe or whenever they plan on doing that. Which looks good. I've never played the original game though. But I mean, I'd be down to watch it. The premise and the story sounds pretty dope, and You know what I mean? So I'm down for it.
Same. I never played the original. I'm interested in the sequel. I might play the original, but I heard it's like this. The original seems to have a way different tone than what the sequel has. Um, like for example, I want to say that I read that the first game had like no cursing in it, and literally the second game starts off with a bunch of cursing and stuff, and a fucking yakuza pig gangster. So I don't know. I'll probably, when that game probably comes closer to being a thing, because I don't think it has a release date. Maybe at the
It
moment.
I signed up for like news or the beta or whatever for that game like forever ago, dude, and I haven't heard shit about it in like ages.
Yeah. So when that comes closer to being reality, probably I wouldn't mind try give it, completing it. So that could be
Yeah.
cool.
Anyway, that's all I got for the news, though, man. We did it.
That's the
Another
news.
week's worth of news is over.
The news, news is done. Well, we're gonna move into our main topic here, guys, which is gonna be the Ghosts of Tsushima, and we're gonna be talking spoilers. This is very early warning. If you're a listener, we're just gonna talk spoilers throughout the whole thing, so don't skip ahead or anything like that and expect us to be over. It's this whole segment's just gonna be loaded with them. I'm just gonna fucking tell you that straight out, and then give you plenty of warning. So here it is, guys. Spoilers, spoilers,
Here we go.
spoilers. Air horn.
Ghost of Tsushima. Spoiler time. Spoiler time.
Spoilers.
Well, there will be spoilers, but we're gonna talk about the show. So
Yeah.
get ready, everybody, because this is gonna be
Right.
fun.
I'm gonna put the text up. There it is. It clearly says spoilers on
Yeah.
it. So anybody comes in and sees it. Um, we're gonna be talking Ghost of Tsushima spoilers.
So
So,
get ready. So I know
how do we want to start
Josh
this?
Josh has been wanting to talk about this for a while, but
No,
I
I'm
just
excited. I'm excited because, yeah, I'm excited to talk about it.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. So yeah, where do you want to start? Like, there's so many different.
but let's start with, did you like the game? Daniel, did you like the game?
Did I like the game? No, I fucking loved it, dude. This game for me is one of those rare games that it's like more than a game for me. Like it's like it goes up into like Witcher 3. It's to me it's in the Witcher 3, Red Dead Redemption 2, like that level of like these are like incredible fucking games, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like when they're like more than a game, like when they're it's like a lifestyle, you know what I mean? Like it's I don't know how to explain it, but like it's they're like so good. Like these are the kinds of games like Ghost of Tsushima is the kind of game that like I could like see myself going back to down the line and replaying it and like it just I loved it, dude. I from start to finish, like the first of all, well we'll get into it, but the way the game opens, oh my god. Oh my
Yes.
god. But I loved it, dude. I it was I loved my entire journey. It was phenomenal from start to finish. Um yeah, I enjoyed it, man. It was a really 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 fun time. And yeah, to me this game is on another level, dude. It's incredible. It was really really incredible.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Absolutely loved it. I know you feel the same and have said the same that it's your current game of the year.
Yep.
Even though there's still a lot of year left and
Yeah,
some things we haven't played yet that we
it's
want to.
it's my current game of the
Um,
year, but that being said, like there's honestly it's probably gonna stay my game of the year, but well, I don't know about that because I mean maybe it might, but to be fair, there's other games that have come out this year that I have not played yet,
yeah,
like Final Fantasy 7 and a few other things, but and then there are games that are not out yet that I want to play, like like Cyberpunk and Avengers and stuff like that,
yeah,
but I feel pretty confident in saying that this is up there. Like it's definitely up there. Like it's game of the year as of right now. Now other games are gonna have to remove. They're gonna have to take it off there for me. But that's a tall order, dude. Because this game is phenomenal.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely agree. I just loved it. It was so good. Everything
Yeah.
about it was so good. It looked pretty. The soundtrack was mind blowing. I was
Oh,
playing it a
dude,
little
the
bit before the
soundtrack.
cantina started. That's what I had playing before
Holy
we started, guys.
hell, the soundtrack is phenomenal, dude.
And it hits right when it needs to hit at
Do you
perfect moments. The voice
do you
acting
have
was great
do you
too.
have a
Sorry, I wanted to throw that in there.
oh, go ahead. Do you have a favorite track in the soundtrack or no?
Oh, a favorite track?
I
I
was
don't
trying
know.
to think
It's all
about
pretty
this, and
good.
I love Jin Sakai's theme, dude, so much.
There's so much. Like
I'll
it's
name
all
off
good.
yeah, I'll name off some of my favorites. The Way of the Ghost, Jin Sakai, Komoda Beach, A Reckoning in Blood, The Tale of Sensei Ishikawa, The Fate of Tsushima. Those are like some of my favorites, you know what I mean? Like dude, Jin's theme is fucking badass, dude. Like that is a badass theme, dude. Like it if I ever had a theme that cool in anything, I'd be fucking that's a baller ass theme, dude. But anyway, it is an
Hmm.
amazing soundtrack. Shout out to Elan Ishkari for working on that. It was chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. It was incredible.
It's so good. So good.
Yeah, Jin's theme is phenomenal. The Way of the Ghost is great. Like all the ones that I mentioned, they're so fucking incredible. Um, yeah, the as Josh said, the characters and the actors did a good job with the characters, and then like I know Josh has mentioned this as well, but like the facial capture in this game is
Oh my god,
pretty,
it's actually crazy.
pretty great. Yeah, there was
Uh,
moments where I was like, there's like the one that comes like to mind to me is like you're on a mission with Lady Masako, and like some of the facial expressions she has in there, I was like, damn. I was like, holy hell, that's pretty
the
good, dude.
the first time I noticed it, um, I was like, "What the fuck?" I've never seen this level of detail, and I could be wrong. It could be in other games, and I've just never paid attention. It's when uh, it's very early in the game. Uh, you flash back to young Jin, and he's walking up the stairs to his father's funeral, and he
Oh,
talks with Lord Shimura, his uncle, and he like looks down and like you can tell his uncle wants to hug him, but his face twitches, his lips move. He looks like he's about to cry, but he's holding it back. And I can read all that in the fucking face of a video game character. I know exactly what he wants to do by reading his face. Like I could tell if somebody did this in real life. If somebody made those movements in real life, I could tell they were trying so hard to keep it together. It's insane to me, that they did that. It
yeah,
looks great. I cannot praise it enough for the
it's
facials.
yeah, it was really good, definitely.
Um,
I agree to that for sure. Uh,
the voice acting was phenomenal. I know a lot of people want to play it with Japanese, but I'll be honest with you, the English is so good
yeah,
too.
it's yeah. So let's talk about that. Like I played the game in English. Josh played the game in English. I considered it for a minute. Well, actually, I could consider doing Japanese, but when I found out that the lip syncing was like English, I was like, well, that's probably gonna bother me. So I decided to go English, and I'm glad I did because the English cast is great, man. It's really really good. I was watching the main the main actor who is Jin Daisuke Suji play. He has a Twitch channel at Daisuke 2G is his Twitch. And he's been playing the game, and I've been watching him go through, and it's pretty cool, man. Just having like Jin talk about the game, you know what I mean? So that's been really fun. So shout out to him for streaming it. He's a cool dude. He was wearing a chicken costume the other day on stream. It was pretty funny. Uh,
He's a follower of the Chicken Prince, I see.
it was pretty funny, dude. But yeah, dude, I think everybody did like such a good job on that game, man. Like everybody involved in it, like
I do want to shout out Sima Lee Montano, the voice of Yuna. Um, she's guest starred on Critical Role before. Um, and I know I think she was involved in some Dragon Age as well. I think. Let me check. I want to say I could be wrong. Yeah. She played one of the female inquisitors of Dragon Age Inquisition. She's done a lot of voice work, and she's just great as Yuna in the English version.
Which, by the way, guess who else she is, Josh? She's in another game you're playing.
What?
She's Yuri Watanabe in Spider-Man.
Oh, she is. Oh my goodness.
But yeah, she's been in quite a lot. Yeah, she was in the she's actually been in a lot of stuff that I didn't know she was in. Like, she was in Star Wars Resistance. She did some voices in Star Wars: The Old Republic. She was in Fallen Order as well as one of the characters, Mary Kosan. She's been in quite a bit, dude. I'm
She's
actually
actually
like,
got a crazy resume.
she does. I actually am I'm kind of disappointed I didn't know more about her. I'm like, what the hell, dude? She's great.
She's definitely one to watch. You should follow her on Twitter. She's great. I
She's
think
been
I first learned about her from Dragon Age. So that's where I first started, and that's how long I've been following her. Was when the Dragon Age um, stuff was announced on who the voice actors were. Like, she's in some SWOTOR stuff. She's in SWOTOR quite a bit, actually.
yeah, like quite a bit. You know, she's fucking. You know who she is?
Mm-hmm.
She's fucking Shea Vizsla, dude.
Yep. She's amazing, amazing voice actor, and you
I
should.
Wow, yeah, she's in a lot of stuff. Anyway,
Uh,
while we gush about Sumali, let's
yeah, love her.
the cast is great. Lauren Tom as Masako, Lady Masako was fucking great as well. Uh, fucking
Since we're
Eric.
talking about voices, we should talk about the side characters. The side characters are great.
Mhm.
Like Daijin's awesome, but like the side characters, like Yuna, like
Yuna's great.
Sensei Ishikawa,
Seishikawa.
Kenji,
Kenji the
Masako,
goofball. Yeah, Lady Masako.
yeah, and Norio, or Norio,
Norio. Oh, dude, Norio was awesome, man. He's cool.
uh, Taka,
Norio.
um,
Yeah, oh yeah, Taka.
um,
How'd you feel about the Yuriko, man? That's kind of sad. That whole
yeah, no, man. The whole time I was doing that quest line, I was like, fuck, fuck.
Yeah, I was like,
Uh,
man, I was like, you know what's going on, and you're just like, oh, dude.
yeah.
Also, yeah, shout out to Eric Steinberg as fucking Lord Shimura, because goddamn,
Yeah,
that was another pretty great performance.
just hats off all around.
Yeah, to all the voice or all
To
the
all the voices, yeah.
well, there are more than voices, but like
Yeah, just the
to,
actors
to,
in general.
to all the actors. Yeah, shout out to all the actors because obviously we know they did more than the voices. I apologize for
Yeah,
that.
yeah, a lot of mocap. It's hard. It's easy to get caught up in the moment and just think voice actors and not think
Yeah, because
about
I
it.
mean, like
Because when I say voice actors, I mean the fucking body actors too. I just say voice actor. uh,
the
they were
act.
great.
We just call them the actors because that's what they
Yeah.
are. Um,
Um,
yeah, they all killed it. They all did a great job. So
Fortune
good
Khan,
job, everybody. Oh, Khotun Khan, yeah, that guy, that fucker.
great villain. Great villain. Um, and that I like that he wasn't just like I mean, like they did sadistic evil shit, right? But he was also an intelligent character.
Yeah,
Um,
like at the beginning of the game, I like how he's like, oh, while you've been prepping for whatever, I've been prepping a different way. Like I studied your language and your culture, and I know which towns to burn and which ones to convert or whatever.
mm-hmm.
I was like, damn, this guy. Well, shit, this guy's gonna be a formidable opponent here.
Yeah, it immediately sets the tone for this dude is not your average villain. This is an intelligent villain.
Yeah.
Um, that knows what he's doing, has studied, knows the language, knows what to do, um, because he's studied the samurai so extensively. He's intelligent. Whereas most villains are like, "Ah, I'm gonna conquer the world with all this evilly mighty power," and not very smartly do it. This guy was smart. Um, so really, hats off to the writing
Yeah,
um, on that.
absolutely.
Really, really, absolutely thought he was awesome the whole way through.
Same. I again, just the characters were fantastic. I like them all. Even Kenji's goofy ass. I just found myself laughing at him because
Yeah.
it was pretty great. Where do we go from here? I'm just trying to think because there's like so much to get through. Well, let's talk. Okay, let's talk about the beginning of the game. Just your introduction to it, like right at the beginning, the intro
Mm-hmm.
of the story. So the game opens up. Obviously, if you've played it. For those of you watching, if you're watching this and you know how it opens up, you start off on the beach. Um, you have Jin, Shimura, uh, Adachi, and then you know he walks up to the Mongols and he's like, Adachi walks up to the Mongols and he's like, oh, where's your best warrior or whatever, and then you have Khotun Khan walk in with his always with his fucking chalice or whatever the fuck he's holding, dude,
Yeah, big cup.
sipping on his drink or whatever, and then I forget if he like I think he drinks and then he's just like, what what's his name is like I am Adachi's like I am I'm this dude from my ancestors this guy he's talking like this is who I am motherfucker, so don't fuck with me. And then fucking Khotun Khan just like tosses his drink on his ass, picks up a fucking torch from another bro, throws it on him, burns him alive, grabs his weapon, does like a little turn and like decapitates our dude. And then like Jin and Shimura look in shock, like this, and then Shimura's like this dishonorable mother. Basically, he doesn't say this, but he's like this dishonorable motherfucker. And then like he's like no mercy, dude, no mercy. And they all just fucking charge, dude.
And then you're
And
playing the game.
in that moment, where you're like charging, and then like the camera like pans down to you riding on your horse, and like there's like shots in the air, and it's like nighttime, and there's shit going on, and then you actually get to play the game. Oh, dude, that's such a cool ass intro, man.
I've watched it several times because I love watching people's reaction. I'll watch the first hour and a half, hour 45 minutes, going all the way up to the title drop, which we'll talk about the title drop in a minute because we're not there yet. But um, a lot of people don't realize, oh, I'm playing the game now because it's such a cinematic moment. Everybody's expecting credits and title. That does not happen right off the bat. Absolutely nothing shows up on the screen other than you pick your difficulty and you go into the cinematic mode of Adachi trying to duel the strongest warrior, which is Khotun, who lights him up and chops his fucking head off. And
Yep,
then we charge down the hill and we're playing. Nothing in between that. It is badass. I think it's a great way to open the game.
it really is.
Um,
I love it,
it
dude.
teaches you the only thing it teaches you in the opening parts really is to attack. Um,
Yeah, they're like press square to attack, or yeah,
yeah. Um,
yeah. So at the beginning of the game, all they do is they teach you how to fight, basically.
the music charging down the hill is great. Um,
Yeah, while you're
it's like
fighting,
it's like watching a movie.
yeah, when you get like shot off, or not when you get shot off your horse, but like actually, is it? Yeah, it is when you get shot off your horse, right? You like fighting on foot or whatever, and then
Yeah,
like
yeah. Your horse gets like exploded pretty early on in this.
yeah, then you just you're on foot fighting dudes, and like the music is just fucking blasting in the background, and like it's so cool. You're on the beach fucking up Mongols, and then like
Fighting with your fellow samurai warriors.
you got your bros with you, and you're fucking shit up, and it's really cool, dude. Like, uh, so the combat at this point is very like it's very simple, you know, like you
Hmm.
square to attack and this and that and everything.
The enemy AI is kind of stupid in
Yes.
the early games, just because it has to be for this moment. You're supposed to be a badass samurai, and there's only samurai on the beach.
Yeah, yeah.
But if
Cause
you
yeah,
do take too many hits, it will teach you to block right there. Because I took too many hits, and it taught me to block.
L won the block. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Um,
what I do love is that you're fighting with your fellow samurai bros, and you don't realize it till you start moving around, but they're being killed off one by one until
yeah,
it's just you and Lord Shimura. Um,
yeah. You and
uh,
Shimura are like the last two guys alive, and then he's like, then they have the moment of Anakin and Obi-Wan where they're like, we're gonna take Count Dooku together, and then they just charge in and they get blasted and captured. It's like, oh, dude, like you know it's gonna happen because they're like the last two dudes, but it's like, shit,
yep.
it's a bummer, man. But they get captured, or Shimura gets captured. Jin looks like he's about to die. He gets like arrows on his back, and he's like fucking.
Yeah, he like wakes up, has an arrow in his back, gets up and starts walking toward his sword, takes another fucking arrow in the back. I'm like, this dude's a badass.
It's like, how many arrows is he gonna take, dude? Some of these guys are dead as hell, and this dude's like still, he's still trying to trudge on, dude. But yeah, he eventually like knocks out or whatever, and they capture Shimura, Lord Shimura.
Which a lot of people think he gets killed right there, but if you watch really close, um, early on, for Shimura, because I've seen that, because I've watched the opening so much, everybody's like, oh, he's dead. And then they're always shocked later on when he shows up again. If you look real close, I know it cuts really quick. He's fucking knocking the shit out of him with his hilt of his sword. I admit, I also thought he had died. I'm like, he killed him straight up. And then, like, it was a little confusing just because the cut is so sudden there. Um, After watching it several times, I'm like, yeah, he just knocks the living shit out of it with the sword handle, it looks like.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, but that is it's a phenomenal opening, man. And then
oh,
obviously
it's
that's
great.
how we get introduced to Yuna because she's the one that saves Jin. She pulls him off the beach and like keeps him alive and safe and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's it. It's such a phenomenal opening to a game. Like I was like, it's the type of shit that just makes you like so fucking hype. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that kind of intro just makes you hype as hell. So I loved it. I love that damn intro. And yeah, I was kind of like you. Like for a little bit after I played it, I was kind of like looking up to see if I could find other people's like reactions to it because it really is like one like worthy of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's see. I've watched Co react to the opening. I've watched JP react to it. I've watched random people that I don't even know their names now react to it because
That's
I just
basically
love
what
it.
I did. I just went on YouTube and was like, well, "Go Tsushima intro." So I need to watch like some other like I gotta watch like Ko and some of these other guys that we know because I haven't seen those yet.
Uh, yeah. Um. Uh. So yeah, we meet Yuna. You wake up, which I didn't realize you could explore the little camp around you and find little items, and he'll talk about them. I skipped all that shit. I was watching somebody else play, and I was like, oh, they went back and looked and inspected the camp that you wake up at, and you can actually mention little things to talk about there. And I was like, fuck, I missed that. Um.
Next time, right?
Next playthrough where I play on the absolute hardest difficulty where you die in one
On
hit.
insane difficulty or whatever.
Yeah, I might do that. You know, this might be the first game where I go back and play it on the hardest fucking difficulty, even though I'm gonna hate myself. Um,
On Kurosawa mode. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. But yeah. Jin gets his armor back. It's broken AF. He meets Yuna, who's
yeah,
like a thief. Um, and that's kind of how the story of the ghost starts because they're sneaking around this town that's being raided by the Mongols.
yeah,
Um, trying to find Jin's sword because she had unit traded it for food and rice. And then Jin gets in there and gets a sword, and then we get the cool training flashback when he gets the sword. Um,
yeah. There's a lot of like training flashbacks with him and Shimura.
and then we get one of the most badass cinematic moments right after that flashback for me. Um,
Oh
when he
yeah.
fucking brings the sword down and it reflects across his eyes, and he's fixing to fight this Mongol that's come in with the pole arm.
Oh, when you get the sword for the first time.
Yeah,
Yeah, that moment is badass, dude. I
I'm
know for like
like, holy shit,
I,
this is
I
hype.
I noticed some people that was like the moment they were like, I'm locked in, dude. Like this is it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really is. It's such a beautiful shot.
Yeah, it really
Um,
it's great. It's a really really
Uh,
damn good shot.
and then you kill the guy in 2 hits.
Eh,
uh, uh, which was pretty dope. I mean, we haven't talked about the combat animations too much. The combat animations are amazing.
they're incredible,
Um,
dude. Which speak a little bit more about the combat. I mentioned that earlier how like at the very intro of the game at the beginning it's very basic and whatnot. But dude, once you unlock the different stances for the combat, it gets so fun.
yeah,
God
there's like how many? There's
damn,
four.
there's
There's
four,
four stances.
and then there's the secret fifth one which you get later. But
Yeah,
it's anyway. The four main stances you got. I believe it's stone, water. Um, what are the other two?
is
Stone,
there
water,
moon? Is moon one?
moon. Yeah, moon, and then
Oh, what's the other one?
what's the fourth one? I'm trying to remember it off the top of my head, but it's man,
I'm gonna Google it real quick.
stone, moon, water, and then fuck. Why am I
Wind.
wind? Okay, wind. So if I remember correctly, wind is the one you use to fight the polearm dudes,
Yes.
and then stone I think is the one you use to fight the swordsmen,
Yep.
and then water is the shield bros,
Yeah.
and then the last one is the big guys, the big
The
bros.
brutes.
The
Yeah.
brutes, yeah.
And they all have their own unique animations, and they're cool. They're cool, and you can mix
Really,
and match
really
them.
awesome. Yeah, when you unlock all of them and you can just like switch stances in the middle of combat, it's like from you go like up here, then you go down here, and then like it's so cool, dude. Like you just you cause some damage, man. Like when you unlock them all and you're in a fight and you have like a bunch of dudes with you, you fuck them up, man. There was some times where I was just tearing up like full fucking like just tons of Mongols up, dude. There'd be like so many of them, and I was just like tearing through them like they were nothing, dude. It was
When
beautiful.
you finish a combat and have stance swapped and fought off like 10, 15, 20 dudes, and you end it and you've barely taken a hit, you feel like a fucking samurai warrior ninja badass. Like
Yeah,
something out of a movie. I know we say that a lot, but it really is.
it's
It
very
really
cinematic.
is.
It's very
It
cinematic.
looks so good.
Yeah, very cinematic.
Um,
Um, it's um, what was I gonna say? It's yeah, the game when you figure out all the combat and you get all the stances and stuff, the game does a really good job of making you feel like a badass because like there's a lot of a lot of the animations and whatnot when you're like fighting a bunch of different dudes and then like you like stab one dude and like spin the sword around and like cut another dude down. It's so satisfying, dude. Oh, and then like if when you get when you pull off parries, dude. Oh, it's so satisfying, man. You
yeah,
pull off a perfect parry and you like fucking cut a dude down like right away. It is oh man. The combat in that game is just fucking top notch, dude. I fucking love it, dude.
yeah.
It is so much fun.
It feels really good.
It is so much fun.
Um, uh.
Which
So
reminds
going,
me.
yeah.
No, go ahead. No, go
No,
ahead. Go
you
ahead.
no. I was gonna move on. What do you got?
Oh no! Just to add on to the combat, I like some of the stuff you can unlock from the tails,
Mm-hmm.
uh, like example, for example, the um, fuck, what is it called? I'm trying to remember what it. You know how like when you do the special tails missions when you talk to what's his name yeah fuck I want to say his name is it starts with a Y but I want to say his name is Yamato I think the tail dude that every time
The
you go
the
up
the
the musician
storyteller.
girl.
Yeah,
Yeah, every
yeah.
time
The
you walk up
storyteller
to him,
guy.
he tells you a story and there's like really cool animation, or whatever.
Oh my god, I loved those.
That was really cool, man. Like, so what I was gonna say though is every time you do like, well, not every time, but like when you would do those, some of them give you like armor and like, you know, just different things. Like they give you like things for you to use, right? Like, so what I'm basically saying is there are some like combat things you can get from them as well. Like the first one that I got was the Heavenly Strike, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which that is a pretty, it's a pretty bad, it's like an unblockable, like basically like quick slash, like quick slash dash ability type thing, right? Like you charge it up.
I did a lot of fights with it just because it looks so cool.
Yeah, it really does. The Heavenly Strike is pretty badass. So that one was pretty dope. And then they had other ones that you could get too, like the other one that I really really loved was it used up 3 resolve, but it was like a quick 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? Like
Hmm.
when it would be one of those things that I would that I had saved for when either I would have to fight I would have to fight like a boss in a duel, or when I had like, it was like a last resort kind of thing, you know?
Yeah,
When I'm like, well, shit, I'm about to die, or like I'm just sick of this dude, and I gotta take him down. Is when I would um is when I would use it basically. Um, so yeah, there was always really cool shit like that you could that you could uncover from the tales. Like obviously, like I mentioned, there was armor and stuff too, like the Kosaku armor and the Kensei armor and whatnot. But yeah, the mythic tales were fucking cool, dude. I love them. You know, the Legend of Tadayori and the Curse of Uchitsune, and
yeah.
um, yeah, the Six Blades of Kojiro, the
The
Undying Flame.
duels, the fucking duels. Great.
Oh, dude, the duels were so much. They're like, I mean, they didn't lie when they're like, oh, this is, you know, Super Samurai Kurosawa esque. Like you're, they show you the like the backed away camera frame where you have the two dudes standing there, and like you have the hand on the sword, and like use his thumb to like pull out the fucking the. Oh, it's so cool, man. It's so cool. Every time
Yeah.
I'd be like, every time I'd get pumped and like fight whoever the hell I'm about to fight, man. And yeah, it's the duels were really really cool.
And some
I
of them were fucking hard
Yeah,
for me.
like there's a certain point in the game where, again, spoiler alert, if you're watching this, I'm just, you should know we're talking spoilers, but at a certain point in the game you have to fight a bunch of straw hats, and there's like duels scattered all around the place. I did like most of those before I even was supposed to, dude. So
Mhm.
so like I was like, oh shit, by the time I had to do it, I was like, oh, I don't need like one more or whatever. But those duels, yeah, some of them were hard, man. I was like, god damn, this guy, like, he almost fucked me up. Like there was one that I remembered. Like I don't forget which guy it was or which duel it was, but I remember like it went down to the wire. Like I had low health, dude had low health, and like I barely managed to beat him. But like if I'd gotten hit like once or twice more, I probably would have been fucked. You know what I mean?
The
So
very last guy of that quest series over there with the straw hats
mhm.
that you do to unlock his armor or whatever the fuck for the blades one.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I think you were in the chat or you were hanging out. I don't know if you were watching or not. But uh, that dude killed me so many fucking times. But I stuck with it. I got killed so much that the game was like, "Hey, do you want to lower difficulty?" And I was like, "Fuck no, I don't, because I'm gonna
that
kill this fucker."
that happened to me, I think, once, where it was like, oh, you've died a couple times. Usually when that happened to me though is like whenever I had like low resolve and I couldn't heal myself, and I would start the fight with low fucking health because the game wouldn't like
Hmm.
give me back my resolve or whatever. So I would just get jacked up. So it's like, come on, man, like what you know? So that's when it was at the worst. But I mean, like for the most part, I think I did pretty well with the duels.
Yeah,
Uh,
that one was kind of like the only one that gave me a whole lot of trouble. Uh,
I get you. It was yeah. The duels were fun though. I yeah, definitely. I had a good time with those.
um, there's a ton of cosmetics in the game that you can find. There's a fuckload of headbands. There's a fuckload of masks. There's a fuckload of sword kits, and they all look great. I like when they said sword kits. Like I didn't expect them to change. I expected color swaps. No, it's not just color swaps. They changed like the fucking guard. They put little like furry like covers of different animal pelts on the ends.
Speaking of
Um,
furry animal
s-
pelts, there's one of the trophies is to dress up like Sly Cooper
yeah,
because it's a sucker punch game, so they added Sly Cooper what like Easter eggs in the game. And to be honest, I didn't quite notice them right away as because I would unlock the stuff, but I'd be like, all right, here's another one, you know.
yeah. I didn't
It
either
was
because I was never a
it,
Sly
it
Cooper guy.
wasn't it wasn't until like I thought about it later. I was like, oh shit, hold on a minute. Yeah, you get this blue. They got like a blue cosmetic for one of the. I think it's the Gosaku armor or something. And then like you have like this the Tanuki like sword set or whatever. And then like the headband has like the Sly Cooper thing on. I was like, oh shit, yeah, okay, that makes sense. So I thought that was kind of cool that they had Easter eggs like that, in the game. But yeah, there's as Josh was saying, there's so many cosmetics in this game. It was really cool. I would always like change up my look like every once in a while. You know what I mean? Just
Same,
because like there's so much cool shit. Like I'd always want to change it up. So I was never really like I never really wore much of the hats because that wasn't really my style. I was always more
S-
like like as I'm wearing right now, a headband.
same,
I like
same.
headbands, so I always had a headband. I always had like a mask on or no mask. It was either mask or no mask. And then I would have like the Sakai armor or like the once I unlocked the ghost armor, that's like pretty much all I wore, dude, to be honest. Because the ghost armor is so fucking cool.
Yeah. Also, the armor as you upgrade it, it changes, right?
Oh
Like
yeah,
there's little changes on it. I wanted to mention that the helmets get cooler. There's little things added onto the armor. There's like a little bag that gets added and stuff like that. And this is different for each armor set.
yeah, it's super noticeable like on the samurai armor because like you start off with like a little bit and then like you get the shoulder pads and the helmet and like a bunch of other shit on it. So yeah, like Josh said, it applies to like every armor in the game. Like it'll look one way, and then as you upgrade each time, it looks differently. Like it gets upgraded a little bit, which like appearance wise, in addition to like stat wise or whatever. So I thought that was pretty dope. Definitely, like I enjoyed that for sure. Um, yeah, there's just so much. You could have like one set of armor and then have it like four different times because of the different amount of like skin colors you can get for it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Um.
And yeah, like like there was like shrines and like shit where you can unlock like obviously again sword sets or like headband or the haikus where you unlock like headband of like this headband of that kind of deal. Um, yeah, there was a lot of cosmetics. You could like go to the dye dude. There was two of them. There was like the black dye and then there was like the white dye where you had like very specific like um armors or like headbands you could unlock. There's a lot of cosmetics in the game for sure
Yeah. There's a
that were
ton,
that were really cool looking.
and some of them are really well hidden. I'm like,
Oh
uh,
yeah,
like, the fuck is this thing? Um, which is another thing is like you follow the wind in this game to go to your objective. Like, it took me a little bit of getting used to. Like you said, an objective, and the wind literally
yeah.
blows in that direction to go there.
Definitely at the beginning of the game, and even like throughout the game, sometimes I'd be like, which way am I going? I would always have to like call on the wind or like open up my map to be like, am I going the right way?
I had to
You
do
know?
it quite a bit. I won't lie, I did because
Yeah.
it's not that I don't hate the system. I think it's really neat. It took some getting used to. It
Yeah,
took
yeah,
some getting used to.
yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
I'm used to like follow the little red dot to your objective, right? Yeah, but I really like the wind. I think it's cool, and it makes the visuals look so pretty. This game's so fucking pretty, guys.
Oh my
Like,
god! I mentioned this like every time I would be streaming it, and then like there'd be somebody like coming into chat for watching it for the first time or whatever, and I'd always have to explain like it's a very pretty looking game. It really is. Like,
you could literally take any shot out of that game and print it out and put it on your wall, and it'd be art. Like, I'm not shitting you when I say this. Um,
yeah, let me tell you, I've spent I don't think there's ever been a game where I have spent more time on photo mode than I have on this one.
mhm.
Like it's so much fun to just go on photo mode and like mess around with just like just trying to grab some shots of the game. Like it's a very gorgeous game, dude. It is a really gorgeous game. Like just there's like so many different like there's like forests and like just the scene like flowers and like it's so pretty, dude. Like the like with the nature side of things and then like with the buildings and the architect like just like everything like combined together. Like Japan's pretty, man. That's all I got to say. It's very pretty, and
Yeah.
it's cool when you just go into photo mode and fuck around with it, you know. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Um, the next thing I want to talk about is like two parts of things. And we'll talk more about the story in a minute, but I want to talk about a little bit over the overall gameplay of, and this does feed into the story a bit of when you start the game, you're an honorable samurai and you have this code,
Hmm.
and then it becomes quite apparent that we're not going to be able to beat the fucking Mongols if we keep fighting like that as a samurai.
Yeah.
And so Jin, the character, is pushed more and more toward this ghost, which is a stealthy, dishonorable way of fighting
Mhm.
the Mongols. Because they're prepared for the samurai. They are totally prepared, and the game does a really great job with difficulty. Um, from acts one to the last act, and harder enemies showing up, almost forcing you to play more of a ghost style instead of an honorable samurai style. In fact, I think it pulls it off way better than any other game I've ever seen that attempted to try to do something similar to this. Um, because when I started the game, I'm like, I'm all samurai. I'm doing every standoff, which we haven't talked about standoffs yet, but we will in a minute.
Oh yeah,
Um,
we will. It's something
uh,
that you have to mention in the combat for sure. But we'll get back to it.
um, I'll do every standoff, and then I got later on in the game, I'm like, I don't want to do fucking standoff against these guys. There's so many of them, and look how fucking strong they are. And plus, I started the standoffs get harder later on in the game.
Oh yeah,
For
they
me,
do, dude. They did for me too. Like when I was on when I was on the last well, I was in the third act. The standoffs they were kind of unpredictable for me, dude. Because I was like so good in Act 1 and 2 for the standoffs. Then once I got to Act 3, like that fucked me up, dude.
I started watching people's feet. I think that was like the best way to do it.
Yeah,
But
that's how I did it. But like even in the third act, I was like, they would like I don't know. I guess they like pump fake
some
you
of them are so
hard.
goddamn quick.
Yeah.
Like they're real fast. Anyway, we'll talk some more about standoffs in a minute because they're really really cool.
Yeah.
Um, uh, Playing more toward the go. So I didn't want to do standoffs in the later acts because I'm like, well, these guys are really strong. I mean, I did them here and there because I still thought they were badass.
Yeah.
Um, but I started using my kunai a fuckload more. I used poison a shitload more than I did in the earlier acts. Like it does such a good job of like I've broken my code and I've taken on this persona of the ghost,
Yeah.
and now I'm gonna do whatever it takes to fucking win because if we keep fighting like samurai, we're gonna fucking lose because they're prepared for it. We're gonna get our asses kicked by it.
Uh-huh.
So, um, So the game does a great job of pushing you in that direction. It never forces you to do it, uh, for the most part, but uh, it you definitely feel like I got to play this the ghost way. I can't do this the samurai way. It's just too damn hard.
Yeah, I
Uh,
that's early on in the game, like definitely like before that, I like tried really hard to stick to the samurai kind of stuff because that's kind of the way I wanted to play it more. Like I was kind of like, man, I'm gonna do standoff every time. I'm gonna fuck these guys up. I'm gonna fight them man to man, you know. But then yeah, I mean, as the game progressed, like not only are you kind of like forced into doing it because the enemies are harder and like that kind of thing, but like the story like forces you to play more as a ghost too. I mean, let's be honest, the game is called Ghost of Tsushima, so like it was
mhm.
inevitable that eventually you're gonna like give up being a samurai and become the dishonorable ghost or whatever. But I don't know. I tried for a while for a good while to like stick on to the samurai side of things. But I mean, at a certain point, yeah, you just gotta accept that you are the ghost. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Um,
so yeah, and then yeah, as Josh mentioned, the standoffs are fucking early in the game. They're so fun and so satisfying, and like it's so like it's great, dude. It's some of the best. Just again, it just goes into the combat side of things that I love the combat in this game, dude. It's so fun, man. So
yeah.
fun.
Uh, s- um, I know what a standoff is, but if you don't, and they're still watching this, what a standoff is like you call out to your enemies, and they come out and they stand there in front of you, and you hold triangle until they make a move, and then you release triangle, and you cut them down in one blow. Now that might sound fucking easy, and especially it is easy in the early part of the game,
Yeah,
but
in
in
the
the
early
later
parts
part of the
of it,
game,
it is because again, all you got to do. I was telling Josh this when I watch him stream. All you have to do is just watch their feet. When they move is when you let go, right? But later on, like in Act 3, dude, some of these guys, like it's very unpredictable. Like some guys will like strike earlier than others, so it's you never really know. It gets really hard, like in the end game kind of stuff with the
um,
standoffs.
and in the early game, it only gets one person. You can upgrade that up to three, and then if you get the Sakai armor, you can fucking do like.
There was times where I was wearing the Sakai armor and I had that thing fully upgraded. I would
Mm-hmm.
kill everybody in the
Yeah,
standoff mode, dude. Like there was no one left to fight because I would just kill everyone in standoff
it
mode.
makes you feel like a badass. That's
It
true.
really
You're
does.
definitely in a movie in those moments, and they make for some great
Oh
photo
yeah,
mode moments too.
yeah. There was some shots that I took, I think, in the photo mode with that for sure.
Um, Loved it, loved it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's the standoffs. We talked about the difficulty. There's a ton of ninja, not ninja. I keep saying ninja. Uh, because ultimately, here's what I thought this game was leading to. I'm like, and this is in-game spoilers for a second. What I thought the game was leading to was like, well, he's gonna. This is early on, so I don't actually know how the game ended, but it felt like it was setting up like, okay, well, Sakai's obviously never gonna get to be able to be a samurai again after this is all over because he's made his choices. I'm like,
Yeah.
is he gonna like found like a fucking ninja clan, and that's what's gonna happen? Is this gonna be like a fucking ninja clan thing happening? That's
Mhm.
not what happens, by the way. I
Yeah.
just thought, is this where it's gonna? It felt like it was heading this way. Um. Uh. But no. Like that was just that was my guess around the end of Act 2 and leading into Act 3. I'm like, this is probably what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Um.
Which, by the way,
Uh.
the end of
Mhm.
Act 2 sucks, man. That was not in a bad way, like because I love the game, but like, dude, again, if you're watching this, spoiler, I'm gonna stop saying spoiler because if you're watching this, we've been. It says there, Ghost of Tsushima spoilers. Josh wrote it down. Okay, you lose your horse at the end of Act 2, man.
Oh, we didn't
How
even talk about the fucking horse. Shit.
yeah. So okay, so let's rewind. I
I
named
forgot.
my I named my horse at the beginning of the game Nobu, and it was the white horse that I chose.
Mhm.
And then
I
you,
got
Josh,
my
you went
I used my digital deluxe horse because I'm a whore. Um, and I named it Kage for Shadow.
Uh-huh.
Um, and that was the name of my horse for the whole game up to that point.
Up until Act 2, yeah. At the end of Act
Uh,
2.
yeah.
So you lose your horse. I was like, no, Nobu. I was like, Nobu, god damn it. I had
Yeah,
such
your horse gets killed.
Red Dead
Yeah.
2 vibes off of that. I was like, God damn it,
I was like,
you
not
did it again.
again.
Yeah, you did it again, you bastard.
Oh my god, I was so like,
What
no.
what is it with these amazing open world games and killing off horses, man? That
Leave my
sucks.
horse alone.
Leave my goddamn horse alone,
Also,
motherfucker.
stop making me kill dogs because the dogs in this game are so fucking annoying.
Oh my god, the dogs were so annoying. They're so
uh,
annoying in this game. They like you like hit it once, you try to move out the way, and somehow it gets attached to your arm. You have to like wiggle it out. It's oh god, it's the worst, dude.
they're literally the worst enemy in the game. Which, by
They're
the way,
annoying.
when I first started playing the game, I was like, I wonder how varied the enemy types are going to be in this. I'm like, we'll probably have the brutes and then just swords and little spear dudes. And I was like, oh, that'll probably be it for like the whole game. I was so fucking wrong. They get way tougher, and yeah, and like their moves are more varied and stuff like that as well as they get higher up. And I was like, they added variety in a game where I wasn't sure you could add variety to it.
And like also, I don't know if like later in the game. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess the enemies get harder because like I feel like the shield dudes and like
mhm.
the spearmen are like they like the shield dudes block everything. Dude. I'm like, God, like why can't I hit this dude, man? You have to kind of like you have to be a little like you have to be patient usually all the time in combat in that game. But I
Yeah.
feel like in the third act, like you have to be really patient because these motherfuckers block everything, man. And
Mhm.
then like, yeah, the spear dudes will like lunge at your ass, and even if you roll, sometimes they like still manage to hit you. I'm like, how did you even do that? It's like, fuck you, man.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, yeah, man, it's fucking. It definitely gets harder, I think. Which like I found it pretty difficult sometimes. I couldn't even imagine trying to play it on like the insane mode or whatever. I'm like, dude, how do these guys even like imagine trying to do a duel in like insane mode, dude. There was some duels that I barely made it out of on normal. Like I don't even know how do you even like what? No, man, that just seems
Oh
impossible.
no, but your boy's gonna learn at some point.
Shit.
Because here's another thing. The game had moments of being hard, right? But it never got so hard that I was like, "Fuck this! I want to quit." Like it
Yeah,
was never like that.
yeah, I never
Uh,
got like that either. It was always more of a like, man, this is bullshit. Like I was always like, man, what the fuck.
and I
I
think,
was always like, I would always like joke about it, you know. But I never got like that, like to that
yeah,
point. No.
I think another thing that helps with that is that the load times are fucking insane in this game. They are so quick. When I say insane, I mean good. They are fast. Like
Yeah.
if you
The,
die, you're up and at it in like 5 seconds. I shit you not. It is
the only
so fucking quick.
the only time they were not fast is whenever you wanted to buy cosmetics.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't understand that. When Daniel and I talked about this, we were like, because if you go to the store and open up different armor dyes for items or armor, it would take forever for the armor to load for
Yeah.
some reason. So you
I
could
was
look
like,
at it.
I just want to see what this looks like, so I can to see if I want to get it or not. Like, why is it taking so long?
Daniel and I joked about this. We were like, how does the game load so fast, but it's so slow when it comes to loading the armor and the merchant?
Yeah,
That
I
was
don't.
the only thing I never understood. But shit, man, it's fucking so good though. So good. It's so good. Love that game. I miss it already. I haven't played it uh, in a hot minute because I swapped over to Spider Man. Um,
Um, let's see. I'm trying to think of like stuff that we haven't really touched upon yet because there's a lot to talk about in this game, and I feel like we're gonna miss some stuff. But I don't want to try to like I want to try to talk
yeah,
about. I want to try to cover as much as we can, but like, I know we're gonna miss something, dude. That I'm gonna think
yeah,
of after we're done. I'll be like, fuck, we didn't talk about that. So I'm trying to think of like what talked about the characters, talked about the combat, talked about the tales. talked about the story a little bit. Yeah, Khotun Khan is a pretty good villain. Uh, he like he makes you like your best homie betray you, or whatever. Rizzo and the Straw Hats and um
The side quests in this game are great. I don't think we've talked about those too much. I never really felt like I was repeating any. The side tales, they don't call them quests, they call them tales. Um, and then there's the major tales with like Sensei Ishikawa and uh the others,
Lady Masako and like
and Norio and all those.
Nario and Kenji. Yeah.
Which by the way, oh my god, I'm gonna ask you this because we're talking about the side tales. What do
Mhm.
you think of Norio's end of his side tales when he goes like fucking Terminator?
Dude, I was like,
Like,
you know, like right before he did that, when we were in the camp, when we were like, oh no, you should go to sleep because we're gonna need it for tomorrow. I called that shit, dude. I knew he was gonna do some shit like that, dude. I'm just kind of amazed that he did all that by himself, dude. Like
dude,
like
I
like shit,
know.
like make this dude the ghost. How the fuck did he just walk in there and just burn everything down? I was like, god damn. I was like,
I
man,
also
Mario.
I really like Norio for a lot of reasons.
Yeah,
He
Norio's
was
great.
first of all, he's a bigger guy, and I'm like, oh good, they made a big guy that's not a fucking villain like fucking Kingpin. Um, they made him like a fucking badass warrior monk. Um, with a big ass what do you call those things? Nagato or whatever you call them, the long spears with like a big curved blade on the end. Um,
The
warrior
Naginata,
monk. Yeah, the Naginata. That's it.
the
Um,
Naginata, yeah.
what they did to his brother is some bullshit. Doing that quest
Oh
line.
yeah, yeah.
And then
Fuck,
the
dude.
fact that how he had to end that quest line, I was like, fuck.
That
I
yeah,
really felt for that character at the end. I
yeah,
understood his journey from beginning to end, and I know why he did what he did. But I still was like, jeez.
yeah. It's like,
Um,
yeah, I don't know, man. His story for certain characters, I feel like with Kenji as well. Like, well, for Kenji, I feel like I didn't really get to do a whole lot with him.
yeah, you only get like 3 quests with Kingji.
For him, it was just more like he did some stupid shit and I gotta solve it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
That's kind of how I felt about Kenji. I was like, man, this he did some dumbass shit, and I have to bail him out of it because he's being a fool. And then yeah, with Norio, I just yeah, man, I that was a he was ready to give up on it all, man, towards the end without his brother, man, because yeah, it's yeah, I don't know that one is I definitely felt for his character for sure, like you said. And I was always like, you know, when we were first introduced to him, and like we you know, as he progressed through his story, you know, he becomes a very I'd say he's a likable character, right? He's a good
hmm
he's a cool side character.
I
Um,
liked him. I liked him the moment he showed up. I was like, oh, this dude looks cool.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, his story is just is pretty tragic. But then again, so is most people's. Like Lady
There's a
Masako's story, dude, is pretty fucked up too, man.
there's a lot of sadness in this game.
Oh, there is, dude. I feel like like literally every quest I did, there was like death everywhere, like all the
Yeah,
time.
even even the like non-major character side quests. There's just some of them. Sorry, some of them are fucking terribly sad. Some of them end with fucking kids dying. Like I shit you not, and it's
They'd be
like,
like, they'd be like, this dude has his family in a cabin, and like you have to go help him because he's too much of a coward to do it himself. And like, all right, I'm on my way. And they're like, all right, we need some food. Go get us some food. All right, I'll be back. Hold on. Oh, I'm back. The Mongols fucking burned up the place, and then the bodies of the family are like off to the side of the road, like burnt up and dead. I'm like, God damn! Like, what the hell, dude? Like, shit. That's some fucked up stuff right there, man.
it, and the game gets pretty dark at times.
Oh yeah, it
Um,
does. Yeah, man.
uh,
Like stuff with stuff like that. I'm like fuck, dude. And there's like the story of like the dad and the with the fucking the with the son and the dad and the son gets killed or whatever. Like, dude,
yeah, no, that quest. It all serves a purpose, right? It's to push Jin to being the ghost. He's doing these quests. He's
yeah,
seeing all this shit happening, and he's got to stop it somehow, some way. He doesn't care. Fuck honor. I'm gonna do it my way, any way I have to do it to win.
Yeah, and then like he goes, he talks to um Yuriko about developing the poison to use on the Mongols, because again he has to resort to drastic measures, because if not, more people are going to keep dying. And he gets the poison, and eventually the Mongols get a hold of the poison, because at the end of Act 2, which again
Mm-hmm.
we're coming back to this, there's a certain point where you're like running away or whatever, and like as you're running away, you get shot with an arrow. But then I knew right away that you got poisoned. But like Jin's like, what the fuck was going on with me or whatever, and then like eventually you find out that they like replicated your poison, and the archers used the, which by the way, let me tell you, archers in this game are, oh my god, they piss me off so much sometimes. They're
Oh
like
yeah, the
they're like
first to die.
they're the easiest of the enemies to kill, because they can't really defend themselves that well, But god damn, they're so annoying when they hit you, man. They're so accurate, and then like especially when you get poisoned, it's like, oh, you have to use up a whole fucking resolve thing just to get the poison off you. It's like, you annoying. I would always try to go for the archers first before anyone. Always, because they're the worst, man.
Yeah. Yep. 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 Yep.
But yeah, we haven't even mentioned like Yuna and Taka's story, which is pretty another fucked up part of the story. That I mean, unfortunately, fucking Taka doesn't make it, man. And I
No.
was so bummed. I was so bummed out when that happened, dude. Because I mean,
The
I knew it
mhm.
was all bad as soon as they both got captured, though, dude.
Yeah,
I was like,
the moment your character wakes up and I hear Taka talking, I'm like, ah, fuck.
yeah,
I
you know,
knew.
it's all
If
bad.
you go back and watch those streams and see that moment, I'm like, ah, shit, something bad's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean,
uh,
I knew it right away too. I was like, oh no, I didn't want it to happen. I didn't want to believe it, but I was like, man, you just know something bad is gonna happen here, and of course it does,
and the
because
game does not fucking hold back either. It is very brutal how it
oh yeah,
happens.
yeah, Koten Khan is a fucking savage for sure. It
Uh,
just basically Taka gets decapitated and right in front of you, and then the word, that's not even like, well, that's pretty bad, but like when Yuna somehow is like, I know Taka is here, you're like, oh no.
so yeah, no, I'm
Oh
like, oh, she's gonna
god.
hate me. I was like, she's
Yeah,
gonna hate me.
yeah, I thought she was gonna fucking like hate my guts, dude. I was like, oh,
And they
that's
set it up so
sucks.
well.
It's
Well,
so
part of the
cinematic. Again, we keep mentioning that, but this game is like super cinematic in some
another
ways.
part of the fucked up part is they leave Taka's body and head laying there in front of you, so you have to fucking sit there and watch it. Like the Jin has to sit there and watch it the whole time.
Yeah,
And then you fight all the way through this castle, and then she gets there, and she knows I know Taka's there, and he's like trying to tell her, don't go back there, don't. And she takes off running, and then the camera cuts to a big overview of the area, and all you hear is her screaming no. And I'm like, fuck. It was
it
it
was
really
rough.
did make me think of a movie moment because that happens in movies all the time where somebody will run in, find a character dead, and there's a shot outside of wherever they find this character at, and there's somebody screaming no, and I was like, that's just a fucking movie shot right there. That's what that is.
Yeah, it's again just very cinematic, but it's that was rough, dude. Because I really liked I really liked Taka, man. It was cool, dude.
Yeah, he was like an innocent, sweet kind of character, and it sucked. It was like bye bye, and I was like, no.
He was just trying to help, man. He was just trying to help.
Uh, there was a trophy for playing the flute at his grave as well.
Yeah, yep, I did that
Uh,
as well. Um, yeah, it sucks, dude.
Because you platinumed it like I did. We both got platinum.
Oh yeah, we should mention that we both platinumed the game.
Yeah,
Josh,
so we
Josh,
got all the
Josh
trophies.
did it, got it done before me because he beat it before me. But yeah, I had to, dude. I was like, this game is just too fucking good. So I love the game. I actually want to go back and take some more shots in photo mode.
Mhm.
Um, but I mean, yeah, I'm pretty much done with it. I think there's a couple other like cosmetics that I need to get, but other than that, like I think I have like most everything.
There's a ton of cool collectibles. There's a lot of history too. There's a lot of Mongol history artifacts that got little histories on them that you can read. There's a lot of notes. Um, the writings from the con. Did you get all those? I think there were
Um,
7 total.
yeah, I think I did. Yeah.
Oh, there's the one you get at the village at the end, and you go in there, and the dude's dead next to it. And I guess that's the dude that was writing them the whole time. I don't know if you noticed that.
Oh, huh.
Um, I'm like, that must be the dude. I bet he killed himself or got killed during the battle. But I was like, that's got to be the dude
I was
that
right.
was writing these. Mm-hmm. Um,
Mhm.
I don't know how much more of the story we want to like we just talked about the beginning. The middle's good. You get you get the ghost armor, which is dope. You
Yeah,
you kill your shitty friend,
love the ghost armor.
which is the armor I used for pretty much the rest of the game. I fucked around and I wrote. Did you wear the Mongol armor at all? I wore that a few times.
I wore it when I unlocked it, but after that, I was like, I don't want to be wearing this all the time.
I rode around wearing it for a little bit just to make it so enemies would ignore me for a little while I was trying to do some side quest stuff.
There was a time where I had it, and I like rode past a convoy of Mongols, and I was like, "Wow, these guys aren't attacking me." And then like a fool, I ended up attacking them anyway. We got into a fight, but I was like, "Oh, I forgot that's what that did."
Yeah,
Um,
I do think it's cool. It's in the game, but I didn't wear it more than
yeah,
once or
it
twice.
was fine, but I didn't.
I was like, what is up with this helmet? It looks so. I'm not gonna wear this because it looks.
It's cool. Like it's cool that's in the game, but it's just not my style, you know.
No, no. I went back to Ghost Armor. I really like the Ghost Armor. Oh, we need to fucking talk about the hidden stance, the fucking ghost stance.
Ghost stance, yeah. I kind of alluded to it earlier with the is that like there's 5 stances. I mean, there's 4, but the 5th one is the ghost stance.
When you get it, it's so cool.
Which let me tell you, there's a clip of me on Twitter and Instagram of when he first unlocked the ghost stance. Uh I'm hype as fuck, dude. When you first unlock it, it is perfection, dude. I got so damn hype when I first unlocked it, dude. I think it's pretty cool. It would always piss me off though, like later in the game when I had it, and I was like about to use it, and then some fucking asshole just hits me once, use it all. I was like, God damn it! I was like about to use it, and this fucker just out of nowhere, like, get out of here, bro! Like, get the fuck out of here! I was just about to use it and fuck you up, but whenever you do use it though, it's great, man. Like, your whole screen turns red, and then like the Mongols like back away in fear. They turn into little bitches and cowards and try to run away from you. But you cut them down with no problem, and it's so cool using ghost dance. It's fun as hell, man. It is
I'd always
fun.
pop it and take out the ones I had the hard. Like I'd pop it and take out the shield commander guys
Mm.
just to get them out of the way, or some of the stupid ass brutes
Yeah,
with
and I was try
the big shields.
yeah, I'd always try to go for those guys or like the spearmen too. Yeah, because those are
Oh
like
my
some of the
god,
for sure.
there's like a terror mechanic where the fucking enemies get scared of you and they fucking run like the Flash. Some of them, like I
I
can't catch them.
I would try to shoot him down with my bow. I most of the time I would be successful, but then there'd be other times I'm like, this dude just hauled ass. I like, where'd he go? Like, it was just here a second ago. How'd he disappear?
I try to stab them when they're laying on the ground, being afraid before they get up.
Yeah, well, yeah, when you can do that, but
Because I want that sweet, beautiful resolve. You can't always do that though.
there's a trophy when you like if you there's a dude running away and you shoot him down, you get one for doing that.
That's
Uh,
witness protection or something. I think is that trophy.
Yeah, the witness protection one. Um, but yeah, that's pretty cool. The terror stuff. There's a lot of like I know Josh mentioned it a little bit earlier with the kunai and stuff. There's a lot of like secondary like tools and weapons you can use, like the kunai or like the smoke bombs or the black powder bombs or you know the distraction thing tools like the firecrackers and the wind chime
Bells.
things that you can use.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool too. Like I didn't use the firecracker wind chime stuff a whole lot because I always just wanted to get in there and just fight dudes. But
Same. I used it a little bit, but not a lot.
yeah, I use it like sometimes. Like there'll be times when you like attack a fort and be like, "Oh, use this to take down 3 enemies," and I switch over to it and use it. Or like the poison was something that I didn't really use a whole lot of either. Like honestly, like the majority of the time when I would use stuff like that, it'd be like when it'd be like last resort. Like I have like no health and I need to use this shit or I'm gonna die. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be like the majority of the time when I'd use like the kunai or sometimes I'd like just go in there, pop a smoke bomb, and like triple chain assassinate 3 dudes in a row or whatever. Like that'd be fun. But most of the time it'd be that kind of stuff I used as like a last resort type thing when I had low health. But yeah, using that stuff was cool. Oh, something that I didn't mention earlier, but the horse stuff, the horse controls and mechanics and everything like that got
Mm-hmm.
me so confused early on in the game because I was so used to like Red Dead 2 horse controls. So you know how in Red Dead 2 you tap X to run? In this game, if you tap X, you jump off your horse. So when I first started playing this game, I would always like jump. I was like, "Fuck!" I like stop jumping off the horse
I
because
do the exact same thing.
I had to get used to the controls at the early on with the horses and stuff. So it took me a little bit, but yeah, I just once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. But for a while there, I was just jumping off my horses and like stop doing it. It was me, of course, because like it's a different game, so it's gonna have different controls. But I mean, I don't know. Sometimes you just assume, right?
Yep, yep. No, I did that. I don't think I ever broke it. I kept hitting X all the time and still jumped off the goddamn horse. A lot.
Yeah,
Fuck, there's so much more. We haven't talked about charms. There's charms in the games that you can use
yeah.
to.
I'll be honest, I didn't really mess around with that a whole lot with the charms. I kind of just like kept some of the.
I got a set I liked and used them. I used all the fox charms because they were
I,
super strong.
I will agree with something that you said though. When I was watching Josh's streams, he mentioned something that I thought was pretty cool, and maybe hopefully in a future update they'll add. But I like the thought of having like loadouts where you had like a specific like sword set or like armor set, and then like charms to go with it that you could just swap in and out easily. I think that would be cool to have eventually, maybe if they ever like did
I
do
want it so
another
bad
update. Loadouts would be pretty cool. It's something that they don't have, but I think it would be cool if they added.
because there were times where I was doing samurai stuff, but I wanted to swap over and be my stealthy dude
Yeah.
and to change out some charms, and it was like, oh, this is such a. That was the only. If I had to give the game a knock, it'd probably be the fact that there's not a loadout system just for the charm, even just the charms, to swap them out.
Yeah, I that it would be cool if they added that eventually. Like I know they've been doing updates to it, the game.
I
Like I
mean,
know that,
shit, they added a whole new difficulty, so
yeah,
surely loadouts can't be that hard, at least for the charm.
yeah. Um, what else? I was gonna say, oh, so yeah. Speaking of like attacking forts and stuff, I wanted to uh I wish that this game like would had like an online aspect to it because I would love to play this game online and just like attack like let's say like we can go attack a fort together, you know what I mean? Like how cool would
Mhm.
that be? Just get like if there was like on that's just this is like something that's not in the game, but it's just like a wishful thinking. Hopefully, like if Sucker Punch, if you're listening, if you add some kind of online component where we could like attack forts and just like team up with friends to like kill Mongols and like attack, again, just attack forts or whatever. Like
Yeah.
I would,
We could be
man,
both be ghosts. We could both be
yeah,
ghosts and start. You start on that side. I'll start on this side. We'll meet in the middle, and then we'll fuck them up.
God,
Yeah.
yeah, dude. Add like a horde mode or whatever. I don't know, like just I just want to like, I just want to fight dudes with some homies. You know what I mean?
I
That
want to see how long I can go. Give me like a wave attack mode. Just bring them on,
yeah,
like
just
over and over and over.
fight a bunch of Mongols. I Sucker Punch, please, please add that as a future online update. I would I would love that. But that's just like a something I wish that they added. So yeah, I mean, let's see what else do we want to talk about. That's actually in the game. Um, before we get to the end, because I know there's some stuff in the end that we probably want to talk about.
Yeah.
But before we get to that, is there anything else? I'm trying to think. Again, I know I can't think of like I'm trying to think of stuff, but I there's gonna be something after we're done after we're done doing this that I'm just gonna be like, fuck, I didn't think of that we should have talked
Um.
about. Um,
It's not nothing to have a discussion point on, but I did think the bears fucking up the Mongols is pretty funny because
oh yeah, that was great, dude.
they grab them and just fling them into the fucking air. It's so good.
Did you ever get flinged by a bear? I got flung a couple
No,
times,
no. I don't think I
dude.
ever got flung by a bear.
I got flung like at least twice, dude. I was like, this fucking bear, dude. He's grabbing onto my leg. Yeah, I got flung a couple times.
That's the only enemy, like the only animal I should say that you hunt in the game is the bear. Like you don't hunt the deer or anything because I didn't realize this. I shot a deer and then I felt bad and then I saw a loading tip that was like
It's
killing
dishonorable. Yeah.
killing the deer is frowned upon on
Yep.
Tsushima and I was like, well, fuck. I
Yep.
didn't know that.
Yep.
I
I,
never
d- I
killed another deer again.
I did it once. I don't think I killed the deer, or maybe I did, but I was attacking a deer one time, and I was like, yeah, this doesn't feel right. And then because like when I killed the thing, I tried to like go up and see if it gave me. Oh, actually, I did kill the deer, and I went to go up to see if it like gave me like anything, because like when you kill, you get like predator hides or whatever the hell from killing the dogs or whatever.
Hmm.
And I was like, the deer didn't give me anything. And then yeah, like later on, you get a loading screen that's like, yeah, it's frowned upon to kill deer. And I was like, oh shit, okay.
Oh, thank you, disparity for the host. You scared the shit out of me.
Um, but yeah, I mean, yeah, those bears suck, dude. I always, it was cool seeing them like attack the Mongols, but when they fucking launch your ass into the air, it sucks, man.
Yeah, yeah, but it
Oh,
was. I would sit there and just watch them fight the bear sometimes.
something that I do want to mention is the um the shrines. Just because I'm not a big platformer kind of guy, was not my favorite stuff
Same.
to do.
Neither.
But
Yeah, me neither.
that's just on me because I'm just not a huge platformer person. It was cool, like, once you got up to the top, you're like, "Finally, like, I'm here," but I did like the fox shrines, though, the Inari shrines, those are pretty neat.
Yeah,
You
I
could,
petted the
like
fox every chance I got. I always petted the fox. I never
yeah, same.
once missed it.
Yeah, I would always every time I got the opportunity to pet the foxes, I always did that. Um, and yeah, I'd be like, "Where we going, little dude? Like, take me to the shrine, man. Like, let's go." Those are pretty cool. The haikus were kind of cool. I know I kind of touched upon this earlier, the haikus with
Yeah,
unlocking the headbands and stuff. They were kind of cool.
I dug the haikus.
Yeah, it was pretty
I
neat. Some of
liked
them
them.
sometimes I was like, "Huh," but it was neat. It was a nice little like side thing to do apart from the combat, which I love
And
the
it would show you
combat, but
some very beautiful scenes as well,
yeah,
as
yeah,
they flash through and read the
it
haiku.
was very serene. If I had a word for it, serene is what I would call that. Um, how'd you fare with the bamboo strikes? Because I there would be some times where I'd knock all three down on the first try and be like, "Yeah, bitch." But then there'd be other times I'm like, it's there. I'm like fucking up the button presses. I'm missing something, Like there'd be times where I'd knock it out right away, and then there's other times I'm like, I'm pressing this button wrong. I'm like not timing that perfectly.
I don't think I ever spent more than 5 minutes on one.
Hmm.
Um, but there were some that I was trying too quickly to hit buttons, and I was just fucking
Yeah,
it up.
Same. That would happen to me most of the time. Be like, it's like, oh, it's right there. I got it, and then I just like fuck it
Oh,
up somehow.
I did want to say on the subject of shrines real quick that yeah, they weren't my favorite, but what made them fun for me was I just tried to speed run them as quick as I fucking could. That's what made
Yeah,
it fun to try to do them. I was like, I'm trying
that's
to do this as quick as I can because this looks cool.
that's kind of what I tried to do too. But there'd be times I'm like, which way do I go? And I have to look around and be like, oh, that way. Okay.
Yeah,
But yeah, I was the same with that. I think we both agree on the shrine thing where it's like, yeah, let's just try to get this done as quickly as possible. Because again, it's like I like it's just like I think it's neat. It's just like not really my kind of thing because I'm just not huge on platforming. That's all.
yeah.
But but I can appreciate it for sure. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think what other side stuff like that there is in the thing that we could talk about. Hmm.
I thought the at Umugi Cove. You remember Umugi Cove?
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I remember.
I thought the little pirate, not pirate lady, the fucking chick that runs it,
Yeah,
the lady that runs it.
lady, what's her face? Yeah,
I thought she was gonna have more of a role, but she only
me
had like one
too,
side
dude.
tail later.
Yeah,
I
me
don't know.
too. I was like, I remember thinking like, I'm very curious, what what role she's gonna play in it. Like, I thought she was gonna be like a part of the assault or something somehow. You know what I mean? Like at the
Cause
end.
she said, well, one day I'll call on you or some shit like that. Something that led you to believe that she might need your help. All she gets is one little side quest, and I was like, thought she was gonna have a bigger role than this, but I guess not.
Yeah, same. That's something that like I haven't really put too much thought in after now that I beat it. But now that you brought it up, yeah, it's like I thought she was gonna have more to do too, because she's kind of like they kind of make her off to be kind of like a big deal of that area, but like
Yeah.
she just doesn't really do much other than like she's the boss there, and that's that's it. There's no fighting here. Go take your fighting somewhere else and whatnot. But yeah, I don't know.
Um, talked about all the characters. We talked about all the tools. We talked about shrines, foxes, hot springs. You get to see Jin's butt a
Oh,
lot.
the first time I saw it, I was like, what? I'm like, all right, that's what they're
Uh,
doing. Okay.
it,
It was
it,
what I found cool about that is like you get to choose on what to reflect on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. And then I was like, is there any way to go back and reflect on the things I missed? And I don't know if there was, because there's some I missed that I didn't get to like.
Hmm.
And then I had one instance of a double of one where I was like, oh, I already did this one.
Yeah.
Uh, but only one time, which I thought was strange.
Hmm.
Because yeah, I do like it. It gives Jen a lot of little character building moments. Um, one thing I wanted to know more about Jen's dad.
Hmm.
Because they show him like his death having an effect on Jin at a young age, and even in his adult life, he talks about his dad a bit.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, we only get to see him that one time where he's killed. And I was like, I kind of wanted a little bit more of that. And then I was like, well, if they ever do a sequel, which I don't know if they will or not, it seemed like
It's
of
very
some sort.
yeah. I don't know. I we'll talk about it when we get to the end. When we talk about the end,
Uh,
but
that
yeah.
might be something they could explore more, but I don't know. That was just something I personally wanted because it is a character that has such an impact on Jen. So I wanted a little bit more. Well, more like I just want to know about him.
Yeah.
And then you never see the mother.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, because apparently she died like really early on, right?
yeah, like when Jen was really young.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to talk about. We've
I mean,
covered like all.
let's just get to the end then.
All right, we're
Let's
gonna spoil the fuck out of the end of this game, guys. Go away
or
if you haven't
don't
already.
play
Or
it.
stay, or stay.
So end
Okay.
of the game, you got your crew round up. You go attack. Uh, you go to the port to fuck up. To prevent or to ensure that that Khotun Khan and his Mongols don't head off to the mainland. You wanna sink them. You wanna sink their ships. You wanna make sure they don't leave. So so they don't go to the mainland of Japan, right?
Yeah, there was a storm blowing in.
Yeah.
which I think actually happened. By the way, I was looking into the history of this. I think there actually was a storm that hit Tsushima during the Mongol invasion.
Makes
That
sense.
that fucked that fucked with their boats or something. I want to say.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I think that was the reason why they never made it. It was because yeah, their boats got fucked up with the storm. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
in real in actual history or whatever. But yeah. So you got your guys. You fight for a bit, and then eventually you fight Khotan Khan. You find him, and then it's the fight you've been waiting for the entire game from the beginning. As soon as from the moment you see him burn and decapitate Lord Adachi, uh, till now. At that point, you finally get a chance to fight him, and then you do, and then you beat him. But it's like he's not dead yet because he runs like a little bitch, and he makes his Mongol fucking
He's like,
friend.
ooh, pocket sand, but poison.
Yeah,
Ooh,
then
pocket poison.
he makes his Mongol friends fight you, and you got to do like a few rounds of fight them off, fight him, fight them off, fight him. So yeah, um, you do that for a little bit until you fight him, and then like eventually, you fight him one last time, and then you get him for good, dude. You get him. He talks about his whole his whole what is it, like the whole speech thing that he does, um talking to Jin about like, you know all I wanted to do is, or I offered you peace or whatever, like the whole bullshit that he says.
Mm-hmm.
And then like eventually you get him, you stab his ass, and you kill him. And
You
then
will be
like
remembered
yeah,
forever, or some shit
yeah,
like that.
oh yeah, yeah, exactly. And then he's like and then Jin's like, yo, you won't be remembered or whatever. Um, but he kills him,
Fucking chops
and
that head right off.
yes, fucking swats, fucking decapitates him. Colton Khan is dead. You take his ass down, the moment you've been waiting for the entire game. But it ain't over yet because there's still, there's still Mongols trapped on the island, and even though the big boy's dead, there's still dudes trapped on the island, and you gotta, you know, you gotta take them out, and then there's the whole thing of like you gotta figure out what's going on with your uncle, because up until that point, like he's been trying to like hunt down the ghost, and you know, um, there has to be some sort of resolution to that, which eventually you um you find out that Lord Shimura wants to meet up with you in the spot that you guys used to like spar and train in when Jin was young, right? Because it's one of the places where you see in the flashbacks where he like teaches them how to fight and whatnot or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, oh, they Jin and Shimura want to meet up. So yeah, and yeah, I mean, you ride off after you're done with all that stuff, and then you go ahead and meet him, and then you arrive there and you're like, oh, well, he's not here, so let me just wait a little bit. And then like you wait for a while, some time passes, then he arrives eventually, and then they kind of have a little bit of a conversation, um, as they kind of like ride off for a bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or is that before? I forget the way it goes.
Well,
Maybe you remember how it goes more.
they meet up at the lake. They chat a little bit at the
Mhm.
lake or where they trained at. They take a little ride around the little village
Yeah, because
because he's telling him Clan Sakai's no more.
yeah, because I was trying to
Um,
remember like the ride around the village, like when that happened. Because I
and
remember
like
but
soon other samurai are going to show up and take control of these lands. That Sakai's like, I want to say goodbye to like his home. He's like, I have to say goodbye to my home, and they ride around for a bit,
hmm
and then they meet the dude in the car, um, that's stuck in the mud, and they're like, hey, let us help you out. Help you out. It's like nonsense. And that dude's taking supplies to the ghost that's supposedly leaving, and yada yada yada, which leads to some. And then eventually they end up riding up to the Sakai family graveyard
yeah,
thing. I want where the parents are buried or the dad or whatever.
you gotta pay your respects.
And then at this point, it becomes apparent um that there's gonna have to be a fight between because the
Yeah,
shogun has declared the ghost an outlaw because he's taught the people to defy their leaders. Right?
yeah,
It's like what Shimura keeps saying.
yeah.
Um, and he's just too
Exactly.
dangerous. And the ghost is too dangerous.
Too
So
dangerous to be
he's
alive.
Yeah, so the Shogun charges Shimura with killing the ghost as punishment. It's punishment for him because he has to kill his nephew whom he loves.
Yeah,
Um,
which by the way we didn't even mention, but Shimura this whole time is trying to like adopt Jin as his son.
yeah, and make him his heir.
But again, if you've played the game, then you already know this information. But however,
Yeah.
but anyway, he
Um,
wants to make him the heir to yeah, to the Shimura clan. Um, and yeah, so the Shogun has tasked Shimura to take down the the ghost. Um,
and it's emotional. It's
it is.
very emotional. There's a lot of emotion. The music's hitting just right. Shimura like shows visible emotion. Tears roll down his face, and they write down the last words of their respective houses. Shimura writes down his words.
Oh yeah. So this is funny to me because I was before I did this mission, I was at a point in the game where I was trying to like complete all the collectibles and whatnot. Like all the stuff on the map. I'm like, I needed one more haiku, and I'm like, where the fuck is this last haiku that I need? I'm like, I looked on all three parts of the map. I'm like, where is it? I don't see it. So I just got like, I was like, you know what, fuck it. I give up. I'll find it later. I'll do it off stream or whatever. Little did I know that you had to do it in the mission itself,
Yeah,
writing the last words of Clan Sakai and Shimura. So
he's also the very last duel of the game.
yeah,
For
I actually
I call
I
trophies achievements all the time.
I got a few trophies with that one. Yeah, with that last duel for sure.
Um, uh, but yeah, I was the same. I was looking for that haiku, and then I was like, there's some missions where you run around and do a haiku. Maybe it's one of the later missions. They must be. And I thought to myself, it must be his death poem because they mentioned the death poems a few times in the game. Because I like by this point in the game, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. That Jin could have died for all I've known, or knew he was going to die, and he wrote his death
Yeah.
poem.
Did you think Jin was gonna die?
I think there was a chance of it. I think there's a chance of him going to die.
hmm
Um, I'm glad he didn't.
Yeah.
Uh, but there's always that chance, and I was like, well, if he's gonna die, he'd probably write a death poem. Which is what I called the last haiku. I called it his death poem because him and Shimura both write one in case of death.
Yeah.
Your last words, pretty much.
hmm
Which even that's emotional because you look over at your uncle at one point for some of the words to the haiku. Um,
Yeah. It's just
uh,
overall a pretty emotional like scene in general. Um, that whole talk with Lord Shimura, because
yeah.
that shit's about to go down. One of you's not gonna make it out. I was always of the thought of like, all right, man, you're gonna try to do this, but like I'm the ghost, man. Like I'm, come on, dude. Like, don't even get me started, bro. But you know, yeah, like you said, you write down the words to the haiku, and then like I think after that, I think it just throws you into the duel, right? Or is there something before that?
They stand off a little bit. They do
Oh
the
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
sword poses and all that, and then
yeah.
you get
The
thrown into
standoff,
the duel.
right? Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and
And
then
you,
the fight happens.
I
Yeah.
think I did pretty well with the fight because I had like some resolve saved up, so I kind of like went ham on him with
I
like
died a couple times, I want to say. Just because I missed a dodge here or there, or fucked up a parry here and there, and it was just like, yeah, you're dead.
yeah.
Um,
So I think I did like pretty fucking good on that.
no,
Um,
you did better than me. Um,
yeah, it was
because I watched this because I'd beaten the game by this point for you.
yeah. Josh was in the chat while I was trying to beat the game. Um, but yeah, I mean it is emotional. Like you see like Shimura like being like because while they're fighting, they're having a conversation back and forth throughout this
Yeah,
where Jin's like, you just wanted to fucking,
you
aren't
just
you?
wanted revenge.
Yeah, you wanted. He's like, no, this is punishment because the whole thing that we've been talking about, like Jin or Shin would have thought of Jin as a son, and like now he's like, oh, you were dishonorable, so now I gotta take because this is a punishment because of that, and I gotta take you down, or I gotta take you down as punishment because of that. So yeah, it was pretty emotional. It was a great like final duel. Um, and then like when you're done beating him, you the game then um puts you it gives you a choice. It gives you a choice. And you have one of two options. One is to kill Lord Shimura, which is the thing he asks for. He's like, give just you know what, like I've been beat. Give me the honorable death. Or you have the option of just walking away and letting him live. And now this is interesting because I will tell you guys watching this right now that both Josh and I chose different options. So
We did.
we have different points of views on this one. So
Uh,
Josh, if you want to explain yours, you can go ahead.
See, I was conflicted. Because the choice come up and I was like, oh, they give you a choice? Fucking no! Because I didn't want to make the choice. I was like, no, how dare they put it in my hands? Um, but they did, and I sat there for a few minutes and I just debated with myself. I was like, which one? Because like I'm torn, right? Because the choice is, let your uncle live or fucking kill him. And I was torn between what samurai want, which is usually I want an honorable death, and
Mhm.
if I fail in battle, kind of deal. And then I was torn between, but they're fucking so close. They're family. They love each other. And I was torn, and I was torn for a good few minutes, and I debated, and ultimately my soft heart won out, and I let him live.
So Josh let him live. He let
Mm-hmm.
Lord Sakai or not Lord Sakai, Lord Shimura. Lord Sakai let Lord Shimura live. That's what
Yeah.
I wanted to say. And
Uh,
yeah, so I so I obviously spoiler alert because since I told you we both have different opinions, Josh let him live. I let Lord Shimura have an honorable death. I killed him. And what's interesting about this is that depending on which choice that you make, at the end of the game, post credits, your home and your, I think, outfit changes based on the decision that you choose,
yep.
which I thought was pretty interesting. So
The
I think
weather the weather was also different for us, but I don't know if that was a choice for the outcome or if
maybe it probably was.
just RNG, because mine was a bright sunny day, and
Yeah,
then I watched yours and it's a fucking thunderstorm downpouring of rain.
yeah, because I think it was that because we also got like different locations. Like my home, even though like the two homes look the same on the inside, I think they're like in different locations. You know what I mean?
Oh, are they? I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I think they're in different
That's cool.
locations. So like everything on the inside looks the same, but the outside, like you're at a different, like we're in different spots on the map or whatever. So
Um,
yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting how like depending on whatever choice you make, like they put you somewhere else. Your armor looks different. Like I got white armor, um, and I forget where I was in the map, but I was in a different location than Josh, I believe.
uh,
I think like because I like looked it up afterwards after I beat it, and like it's like yeah, depending on whatever choice you make, you get put into like a different spot on the map, and like your armor and like stuff changes and all that stuff. So That's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, I went with killing Lord Shimura because I mean, I feel like it was again like Josh mentioned that like it was a tough decision because like these guys have their family, they've Jin is basically Jin's dad is or Shimura has been Jin's dad basically like since his dad passed, which has been like a long time. So they've been real close forever. Um and I don't know, I just feel like having that bond, like I just don't know like um how would there's a certain point before the fight where like Shimura is like oh, I don't uh I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself now, right? Because like all my family is dead now or whatever. And um what was I gonna say? Oh, so Shimura's trying to figure out like what's he gonna do? Because like, oh, my family's dead. Then Jin's like, oh well, you can start up a new family and to continue clan Shimura or whatever, right? And he's like, all right, yeah, I guess I could do that.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like I don't know, dude. Like at that point, I just wasn't sure. Like, I feel like that experience fucked him up so bad. I just like I don't know how he would like continue to um like, I just don't know how he would like continue to like live on after that. Like I forget. Like I feel like he would probably at that point after losing the fight, the Shogun would like pressure his ass to like continue to keep hunting Jin until like until it ended one way or the other. So I was like, well, let me just. It was kind of like a honorable like let me just put you out of your misery kind of thing is the way I saw it.
Hmm.
Um but yeah, I mean, I could, yeah, I mean, I can understand it being a tough decision for sure.
Both endings are emotional.
Yeah,
Even live or death. It um it is they were both very punches to the gut. Ultimately, what really decided it for me is Jin's journey throughout the game is breaking his code, breaking honor, and breaking tradition. And the duel at the end is a very samurai tradition. And I
yeah,
think ultimately what made me let him live is like, no, I'm not gonna be held by the fucking samurai's code anymore. I've thrown that away. I'm the ghost now. I don't have to fucking kill this guy. Regardless of what the fucking shogun wants, regardless of what he wants, he's samurai and I'm fucking not anymore, and I don't have to do it. I don't have to play their fucking game. So I let him live. That's kind of what fed into. That's ultimately what led me to having that decision to let him live. You know, they are family and stuff like that, but it also is more than that. It's almost a battle of your code versus my ghost. You know, and
hmm
ultimately I said, "Fuck your code. I'm going ghost. I'm letting you live. If you want to die, fucking kill yourself. You know, if that's how you want it." Um,
yeah.
so that's ultimately the decision I made. I think your reasoning is also really good for your decision making. It's a hard choice.
It
You
is.
know, I could. Yeah,
I
it's.
could see it again. I see it go. I don't fault anybody for choosing either option because I
Oh,
mean
absolutely not. They're both
I think they're
great
both.
choices.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Um, yeah, I'm glad we chose two different things. I
Yeah,
really am because
yeah, it is cool that we both chose different things.
so
Yeah,
we could talk about it.
yeah,
And our
yeah.
reasoning behind it. Um, and I think
It,
we both have really sound reasoning for doing the way we did.
and it's curious
Um,
because you mentioned earlier that like the potential of a sequel. Like I I would be very I don't know what direction they could take it in, but like there's
same.
I mean there's certainly possible. I mean they could probably make it work somehow if they wanted to. I just I just don't know how as of right now, like especially like like on the way that how you can end it. You know what I mean? Like, and I
Hmm.
don't think that they've. I don't think that Sucker Punch has come out and said if one ending is canon or not. I think they haven't done that. They just like they're letting everybody, you know, just do their own thing, which I don't know. I part of me kind of like I don't know. I kind of don't need a sequel, but like I love the game so much that I kind of would like I would love another one, but I just yeah I don't know, man. I
Well,
don't know. I
when
don't
I
know.
say when I say sequel, I don't mean like I don't necessarily need a direct sequel. I want all the combat and tools and stuff like this just in another
Oh,
game.
oh yeah, I mean, for sure, dude,
And
for
you can
sure.
have the ghost of something else, the ghost of something else, if you want to call it that.
I mean, yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Uh,
Or yeah, they could do a sequel prequel like they did with Red Dead, you know, where like they call it Red Dead 2, but it like takes place before the first one or whatever, which is kind of weird, but
but yeah, I really do like Jin. I like all the side characters though, so I'd be sad if they weren't there because I really love a lot of them.
yeah, for sure. Like Yuna was we mentioned her earlier. She's fucking awesome in this game. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot to love in this game, man. It is like it is our game of the year. Um, I absolutely adored the game. Um, and I don't know. I just again, it's just one of those rare games for me that I just loved like so much. And shout out to Sucker Punch for tweeting at me after I got the platinum.
Hell yeah,
Brr, 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 brr. Yeah,
thumbs way up for you guys. Love it.
yeah. I love the game so much. So definitely thumbs up. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else there is to say. We kind of went through most things, kind of. Um, again, like if you're watching this, of course you already know what happens and you played it already, hopefully, and you didn't just spoil yourself or whatever. But yeah, I mean, what a game, dude. Seriously, what a game. I can't help but applaud Sucker Punch and everybody involved
Absolutely.
for a job well done. I just I know we've both have been we're looking forward to doing this episode because we love the game. So yeah, I'm with Josh, man. I want them to do this kind of combat style in another game because I would love to see it. Um and yeah, I mean I don't know what else there is to say. I mean, I love the music. We already mentioned that. That's like one of the first things we talked about. The soundtrack is phenomenal. Um I love the game and good job to again just good job to Sucker Punch and everybody involved because it was awesome. I'm glad that we got this game in the final like this is like the final like hurrah of the PS4. You know,
Yeah,
it was like the last big PS4 game. Like it's a great way to end the generation. You know what I mean?
absolutely is. Yes.
And then yeah, another thing about this game is that like the people in Japan actually like they love it, dude. Like they're loving the shit out of this game. Like I saw, I think the Yakuza director was like, "Yo, like this game should have been made over here because like it's so good." So the Japanese themselves are loving it. So like, I mean, how could like that's how good it is. You know what I mean? Yeah.
All right, guys. Love the game. Game of the year for me for right now until things
Same.
till we see the rest of the how the rest of the year is and play some of those other ones that came out
Yeah.
earlier.
The only other thing that I can reiterate that I would say is I hope they add some kind of uh online aspect to it, like to add a little bit more replayability because I would love to do some samurai shit with my friends online.
Yeah.
Uh even if it's like create your own character and like, you know, having to unlock everything like unlock all the stances and shit all over again, I'd be down, you know.
Hmm.
I would love to just do some online stuff with my friends. So um yeah, just I again I've said I have nothing but good things to say about this game. It's absolutely absolutely phenomenal. One of my favorite games of all time. I can say that
Hmm.
with absolute certainty that it is without a doubt one of my favorite games I've ever played. Um, so yeah, I was
All
very
right.
happy with it. It lived up to my expectations because going into this year, it was my most anticipated game, and it lived up to that for me. So again, just I can't can't thank them enough for making an incredible game.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah. Well, that's gonna do it for our show, guys. Let's go ahead and hit our goodbye screens here so we can do our shout outs.
Hell yeah.
All right, Jim, you're up.
Alrighty. Thank you guys for joining us today on episode 47, Ghost of Tsushima. It's been a fun one. Thank you guys. We'll be back next week with next week we're gonna be doing I think we're gonna be ranking our favorite Pixar movies, right? Is that what we're doing next week?
Yeah, we're gonna have a week of movie watching.
We're gonna be we're gonna be doing our we're gonna be doing our Pixar you know list thingamajig. So that's gonna be fun. Coming up on stream for me, I'm gonna be starting Medieval. Uh, I'm gonna be starting Medieval, the PS4 game that is a remaster slash remake, whatever you want to call it, of the PS1 classic game. So we'll be starting that on Monday. I'm excited to do that, and then we'll see from there. I'm probably gonna be playing some more Old Republic off stream and like doing a few other things like trying to get my battle pass and Valorant and whatnot. But that's pretty much what's coming up on stream. I'm gonna be doing some medieval, and then after that we'll see. I kind of maybe I'll do a poll or something. But I kind of want to do a couple more shorter games before I dive into like another big game again. But the next big game I probably will do is Days Gone, which is like an open world. I think like post-apocalyptic zombie game with my boy Sam Witwer as the main titular character. Um, but yeah, man, I'm excited to get to some of these things. That's been pretty much it, though. Next week we'll be back with Pixar, and then hopefully soon as well. We come back with some D&D because I kind of missed that, but that's Josh will talk about that because I don't know anything about that yet. That's it for me though, guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
All right, guys. Thank you for checking out Clockwork Cantina episode 47, The Ghost of Tsushima. Um, awesome game as we talked about already. I hope you're watching this after you've completed the game and are checking it out. Coming up for me on stream or just in general is my new PC will be here next week. Comes next Thursday, so there may not be a stream that day. I'll be setting the PC up and getting it all ready and installing stuff and trying to get all my overlays and junk prepared for that because I'm gonna have to redo everything, which will be fun. Um, Coming up on stream, more Spider-Man, probably Monday. I'll be playing some SWTOR offline as well as checking out some No Man's Sky. There might be a little stream of No Man's Sky, depending on how much I'm liking it personally, and maybe checking it out. In terms of D&D, I did some work on it this past week that shall remain secret uh, for the moment, but I think everybody's gonna have a good time when we get back to it. I am working on it, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um, and chatting with KT about a few things as well. Um, for when I need another head to dig into my brain and help me figure some stuff out. And then yeah, make sure to check out next week when we dig into the Pixar list. We haven't done a list in a little bit, so we're gonna hop into one. Um, just a shout out to you guys for watching us and Sucker Punch and Danny for being an awesome co-host. You're all really great, and I'm so glad we get to do this show every fucking week. Uh, and yeah, that's gonna do it, guys. We will see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.